What a special day. Happy birthday to my one and only Paul Reindl, everybody. Good. Well, it's actually going to be on Sunday, right, Paulie?
Yes.
All right, we'll get to your birthday celebration in a minute. I said my one and only. My wife's birthday is actually Monday. Happy birthday to my second and only. It's Ben and Woods, 97.3, The Fan. Good to be here with everybody on a Victory Friday, and those have been few and far between. I do feel so excited about that. Going to talk about the Padres. Nice win last night. I guess we can look at it a bunch of different ways if you want, but and I'm sure we will. Should be a really fun show because we will be celebrating the great executive producer of the Ben and Woods program, Paul R. Reindl. Happy birthday, Paulie.
That makes me very uncomfortable. I hope you know that.
How's that?
I don't like being celebrated.
You don't?
No.
I just almost vomited. Did you hear me? You don't like being celebrated?
I mean, it feels good. You know what I mean? Like, it's nice for people to say nice things about you or whatever, but it makes me feel a little bit awkward, I guess.
Same. Totally. Ben Higgins is your friendly neighborhood sports anchor. I cannot effing talk.
It's Friday.
Hang on. Red leather, yellow leather. Ben Higgins is your friendly neighborhood sports anchor. He joins us as well. Benjamin, do you like being celebrated?
No, I'm like Paulie.
Oh.
It's uncomfortable and awkward. I will wish you a happy birthday, Paulie. How old is this now? 33? 34. 4. 5. 5.
34.
6, 2.
No, 30. It's 33. 30. No, it's 33.
4. 3.
33. 32. He's 32 years old.
I was 32.
You're 33.
Yes, I was right.
Why don't you just tell me I was
I'm
right?
turning 35.
Oh, you are? Okay.
I've been 34 for 363 days.
I had no idea.
I always forget whether you add one or subtract one
Correct.
on a birthday. So you're adding one to 34, not subtracting one.
So you'll be 30. You're
That's
35 years old.
You're an adult now.
Yeah.
I mean, it used to be you were an adult at 18.
Correct. Those days are long gone.
Then it was like 25. And then, COVID, it was 30.
Yeah.
And now it feels like you're 35 is when you're officially an adult now,
All right.
right?
My wife goes, she's a year younger than me. You know that, idiot. I forget a lot of stuff. I'm becoming quite senile.
Welcome to adulthood, Paulie.
Paulie, 35 is legit. That's legit. That's like, all right. Like you're in a great spot. A lot better spot than some people were at 35. I'll tell you that right now.
Have you gone to Trust and Will yet?
To fill
now
out.
that you're an adult,
Maybe I'll do that this weekend.
You really do need to.
Now that I'm 35.
When should we do some gifts? Because I do know that your wife Megan is coming in today.
She's on her way in.
Should we do our gifts now? I love to give gifts, and we got Paulie some cool stuff. You want to do them now?
Sure.
All right. I have a gift for you, and I have a really funny story behind said gift.
Okay.
So Paulie had mentioned for a while, he's not a big collector. He collects certain things that are meaningful to him. And he had mentioned, I've always wanted a certain baseball card. And I told you guys about when I went home to Texas and I was kind of leafing through some of our old cards. And I said, this is the card Paulie wants. So I got home and I called my dad. I go, hey, how many of those 1989 upper deck sets do we have? He goes, hang on. And he trudges upstairs to look. He calls me back later. He goes, I actually don't have any of those. He goes, I do have the card that Paulie wants, which is...
Oh, my God. You son of a bitch.
1989
Wow.
Ken Griffey Jr., Paulie's favorite player. It's been in this case for 100 years. Since 1989, it's been in that case. It has not come out. And that is now
wow.
yours. Now, the best
Question.
part, yeah.
Question. How much did Gary charge you
So
for
this
that?
is the best part. This is the best part. And nobody knows this. My dad right now is going, oh, boy.
I mean, that's
the one.
That's the card, dude. Like, that is the rookie card.
Yeah.
Of all rookie cards.
It's under glass. It's been that way for decades.
And you can tell the glass is all scratched to hell.
Has it been officially
graded?
Graded.
It has not
been graded.
So here's the funny part. So
thank you guys.
You're welcome, buddy. That's just part
Thank
one.
you, Woods.
That's part.
Thank you, Gary.
Yeah. It's actually he did it. So I call him. I go, hey, could you send that card for Paulie? Like, we don't need it, right? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, I'm gonna send some more stuff for the kids. He's slowly unloading some of his cards on us. It's taken him. It's Instead of like, I'm just sending you all this, you guys pick through it and keep what you want. He's a little bit at a time. I'm gonna give you a little bit, and then a little bit more, and then you can space out gifts for you can space out gifts to my kids for 5 years.
Let him come to it naturally and have his time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Man, that is awesome.
So he sends it's cool as hell.
Like, dude,
that card is everything.
That is such an iconic.
It's
card.
iconic,
and not just to me.
Right.
Like everybody knows. Like that is an iconic rookie card, and it's weird because for as iconic as it is, I mean, it's not like ridiculously overpriced. You could find them for like $150, $200 online, but it was just like, I don't really collect.
But no one really
cards.
wants to give them up once they have them too, I would think.
So here's the best part.
It was affordable enough for me to constantly be checking like
yes,
once or twice a year.
Yeah, should I get it?
And then I'm like, I don't need to spend $250 on this card. It's it'd be cool, but whatever. Dude, that's awesome.
So I get a phone call from my dad. He goes, "Did you get the box of cards?" I go, "I did. It's awesome." And then I hear because he will do the Adam sigh on you real good. He goes like this. He goes, I go, "What?" He goes, I was looking up that Griffey card that I sent. It's worth about $7,500. And so for one hot second, I go, "Oh." And then I thought to myself, I go, "No, that's not right. That's not right." And so with him on the phone, I go, pull up eBay. I just Google, as I just did, 89 Ken Griffey Jr. Upper Deck. If you look at all the options it gives you, all right, I'll read through them.
Sure.
$139 eBay used, $119 on Etsy, $70 on eBay, $286 in the factory sealed set.
Okay.
$90, $140, $109. I mean, it varies. Yeah. Well, then there's one, $7,495.
Wow.
And I go, so it's graded. It is PSA 10 Gem Mint rookie card Hall of Fame high end. And they're asking $7,500 for it. Now that thing, I don't know look, it very well could be, but I doubt it because there's one that's really over $200 and it's this one. And I don't know what this guy's thinking, trying to sell it for. But I will tell you this. My dad I could just picture him, not feeling his best.
I'm going to pay to get this graded.
You have
because now I need to know how much it's worth. If it was worth, let's say it's worth $5,000. This card right here,
it's yours. That's yours. And my dad.
I was gonna say, do I have to give it back?
No, but I just want to tell you.
But you might need to give Gary a nice birthday present next year.
Yeah.
If he's alive, because I feel like if he feels like he gave a card that was worth $5,000, I feel like he's not going to make it. I feel like he'll just. That's it. I go, "Dad, honestly," I go, it's like a $200, $300 card max. And he was like,
I mean, I have to assume. I don't know much about cards. This has been in a case for a while. I have to assume
it's
it's not a 10 grade, right? So I don't think you have anything to worry about. But like, why can I picture the look on Gary's face when you're on the phone?
Ray says the last actual sale of a PSA 10 rated rookie card for Ken Griffey Jr. Upper Deck was $4,000. He says has to be perfect centering and flawless.
It's not flawless. I mean, you can see through it. It's not flawless.
That could be the case.
It has been. It's true. It has been.
It's in good shape.
It's in good shape. It is in good shape. I didn't used to chop up lines or anything with it. I mean, it's ready to go. Like
then again, like good could still be like a 5 grade for as all as I know. They're like, "Oh, that's terrible." I'm like, "Looks good to me."
Yeah, it looks good. But for me, I wanted to make sure. But my dad thinking he's probably been thinking it ever since.
Oh my God.
In his mind, he's laying in bed going, "I gave this guy a $7,500 birthday gift." He wouldn't give his kids a $7,500 birthday gift. And he's sitting there going, it was so hard for him to part with. So, Dad.
You have a way of talking people into things.
I do.
I really do.
I go, "Dad, just send it. It's going to mean the world to Paulie." And it does. We're not really done. No, hang on. I have to actually leave the studio for this.
Part 2. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Gotta make some space too.
Do you have an idea of what you're going to do with that card now that you have it, though?
I'm going to put it with all my other little collectibles.
So
I'm gonna go. I think I probably will get it graded.
Yeah,
I think that'd be fun. I think it's like a $30 fee. You got to send it off to the PSA service, and then they send it back to you.
Is there only like one official PSA grader? So that, or is there like
you're asking the wrong guy?
Card shop can hire an official. I don't know the intricacies of card grading and valuation enough. What is that noise? I just heard a noise.
Oh
coming
my
in
God.
from the studio. Yeah, this is the one.
Oh my
Yeah.
Woods just pulled in, riding a brand new electric
You gotta be
scooter.
kidding me.
It's like Price is Right.
Holy crap!
With a bell.
The in motion.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
this is for me and Woods. Happy birthday, Paulie.
Are you kidding me?
Nope. That's all yours. Man.
Yeah. Well, we know you're moving a little closer to the station.
You guys have
And-
oh my God. You guys have
and
to
now
give yourselves
you don't even have to drive your car to work anymore.
You can ride that scooter every day
I'm in shock right now.
to and fro work. Save the mileage on your car. Save having to get in your car.
You could join one of those Encinitas gangs of children if
Yes.
you'd like.
Well,
Driving
no,
around.
they ride e-bikes.
That's right.
They
Bo and
ride
Taylor can join my
e-bikes.
gang.
Yep, Bo and Taylor and your gang.
I'm a little bit speechless. I'm in shock. That
Enjoy.
is incredible. Thank you.
That thing kicks ass. It kicks.
I saw Woods
Ass.
testing it when he got here this morning to
I-
hide it from Paulie.
I
and
rode it all the way
it
around.
it was moving. It
It-
was moving.
Should I take it for a spin?
Take it for
Yeah,
a little
go
spin
ahead.
right now. You know
Go
how to
ahead,
use
Paulie's-
them. You know how to
Paulie's
ride it.
been on one of
I
these
mean, I've ridden
before.
the ones around town.
Yeah, that one's got a little juice to it. So yeah, he's got a gang. I got a scooter. Now you're the only one left without a scooter.
That's fine.
His is a little better than mine. I love mine.
Oh, you like this one better
Yeah.
now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Woods. Speaking of talking people into things, Woods had to kind of talk me into teaming up with
Yes.
him on his present for Paulie.
That was
Probably
not cheap.
a little more generous than I usually am with the birthday presents, but Paulie deserves it. Paulie goes. Whoa!
Oh my God, careful!
Did you
Paulie's
see-
careful.
What- Paulie, if you're watching on our YouTube stream, watch on Woods' camera feed,
He
and
just went.
you can see Paulie racing by on the scooter in our hallways here at Odyssey. He was going about 15, 20 miles an hour, I think. My goodness gracious.
Yeah, my wife got me one for Christmas. It was like the best gift I've ever had. I use it all the time. I ride with the kids. Stuff. I'm definitely not ungrateful, babe. It's so good.
Here he comes
So
again. Here he
good.
comes
Here it
again. And here he goes by a little slower this time.
How
So
fun is that, dude? Hey, and it folds. If you pull that little clip there and it folds up, it goes right in your car. You can just kind of lay it down.
Oh,
in the back
nice.
seat. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, it's legit.
So you could take it downtown with you or wherever you want to go and then ride around all evening. Now, of course, now Megan's going to want one.
Yeah, 100%. Well, she's cautious. She's
Yeah,
a cautious.
like me.
So Megan, Paulie's wife, is coming in today, and I got to tell you guys about the dream that I had, and then we can talk about my Cox
That
situation
was so
too.
freaking fun.
That's the best. It's like you don't even want to work; you just want to ride scooters around. It's the best. It's so
Yeah,
much
is that-
fun.
Can we do that? Like, is
We'll
that
just-
a job?
can we
Just
just-
drive scooters around?
I don't know. I mean, but it should be.
I mean-
so I had a dream this morning before I came in. I knew Megan was coming in, and I thought my dream was she brought in cake for Paulie, but it was red velvet, and I got mad because it's red velvet, and I don't like red velvet.
It's not about you.
So I woke up this morning and I go, was that a dream or did she tell me she's bringing red velvet? Because was texting with her about this whole day, and I go,
I didn't see any red velvet at the house.
thank God.
So you might be okay.
if you're mad about someone else's birthday cake,
But-
that you're the worst.
Yeah.
It's not about you. Even in a dream, I'm a little worried that you would get mad about someone else's flavor of birthday cake.
I did, and I woke up and I go, oh man, and I thought, well, at least I don't have to, at least I won't eat it and get the calories because I don't eat that filthy, repugnant red velvet.
You know, it's made with beets.
It's disgusting, bro. It is disgusting. So I thought about it this morning.
I mean, like,
You're
I like red velvet.
you like red velvet?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not.
What do you ask for? If your wife says, I'm going to get you cake, babe, what flavor? Vanilla with vanilla icing,
I like
chocolate.
confetti cake.
Confetti cake is legit. Hopefully it's a confetti cake
actually-
that we can all
Confetti's not
enjoy.
a flavor. It's a.
But you know what it looks like.
It's a
vanilla.
decoration.
It's vanilla.
But if you said go to the store and pick out cake, you know what? I love carrot cake.
oh, I love carrot cake.
See, I don't like
controversial
carrot
take.
cake,
Oh,
but
sucks
if that's
for you,
what
but
it
me and
is,
Paulie will be fine.
I'm more than happy for Paulie. I'm not mad about it. I'm not going to have a dream about being mad
I'm
about
furious.
it.
Is she here?
Is she?
Is she?
She says, "Come, let her in."
Oh,
yes.
Where is she?
She's downstairs. You
All
want
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go get her. It's your birthday.
Okay.
But
What's coming, babe?
confetti cake, if you closed your eyes and had a bite of confetti cake without seeing the flecks of colors in it, would you know it's confetti cake? It doesn't taste any different than just cake. Vanilla normal cake, which is fine. I like vanilla normal cake, but I don't think it tastes any different.
You might be right.
I don't know. I mean,
I think it does. It might have like a taste.
Is there a separate added flavor to a confetti cake?
What makes the confetti? Isn't it like
sprinkles,
like
melted in? I thought, but I don't know that you taste them because they're just a little bit of extra sugar that goes in. Because I don't think sprinkles have flavor other than they're a little bit sweet. But I don't know. I'm not a baker. We might need is there a tier 1 baker in the chat? They can explain if there is a flavor to confetti cake or it is simply a vanilla cake that looks a little more festive than a normal one.
We don't really do a lot of cakes.
No.
If anything, like when it's my birthday or my wife's birthday, we'll do the nothing bunt cakes. You get the little personal size, it's like $5. And then everybody can get their flavor. And they have red velvet, woodsy.
Bunt cakes are elite because of the density.
They are. So I went most of my life without ever having like a nothing bunt cake. And I don't know why. I didn't know what it was, I guess. And I thought I wouldn't like it. It's outstanding.
They're different. I don't know exactly how they do it. Obviously, they cook them in a bunt cake pan with the hole in the middle, but they have a different density. They're like heavier than a normal cake. I like that. Yep. I don't like cakes that are too
flaky,
light.
Yeah.
Like you open it, it just it's gone. Then it's all frost. Then it's all frosting. And I actually want cake, and the bunt cakes have a good cake weight to them.
The cream cheese frosting,
which is also very good.
Elite.
That's always elite.
Yeah. So big bunt cake guy. And then when I go, they have so many different flavors: strawberries and cream, confetti.
They do
seasonal options.
Chocolate, obviously, chocolate chip.
Probably a pumpkin spice right now is my guess.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Woods is bringing up Megan. Why don't we check traffic with Kelly? And then we'll come back. We'll welcome Megan in. We'll set the menu for today's program, which is a Friar Friday. Let you know who our Friar Friday guest is going to be to talk some San Diego Padres. All coming up here on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Good morning. Bit of a rough start for northbound 5 travelers out of the South Bay. Earlier crash near Main and Division. It's all over the right shoulder now. Unfortunately, you're still backed up from E Street. So give yourself a little extra time if that's normally your route, or maybe consider jumping over to North 805 out of the South Bay instead. But hopefully that North 5 will get back to normal. And yeah, we are looking at a pretty quiet one elsewhere around the county so far. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Guzman in the chat says opinion on Tres Leches cake. It's good. The Tres Leches cinnamon roll at the fair this last year was one of the best things I've ever eaten in my life. I mean, it was definitely elite. It won like best of the fair. So definitely, it's very wet, which is fine. It's just a different texture than normal cake, like birthday cake. I don't think I'd ever ask for it as a birthday cake.
Is tiramisu a cake?
Ooh. I mean, if Tres Leches cake is a cake, then tiramisu is a cake-like item.
So
lady fingers are the ingredient. It's like a wet cake.
Yeah, we talked about it in Philadelphia. We had a tiramisu dessert at one of our dinners. I had never had tiramisu. I don't know why. I had it in my brain. Oh, you don't like tiramisu? It was outstanding.
It was, yeah. It's got a little coffee flavor. It's delicious.
Bunts.
And we have Megan Reindl.
Bunts and wives.
Here to celebrate our Paulie on his birthday.
Yes.
That was...
Took a minute.
I was going to say.
You guys did?
I went on longer than I expected.
I went to the front, and I go, oh, she's probably around the back. So I had to run around the back. Make sure I
should have taken
all
the
the
scooter.
stuff in. I know. I should have taken the scooter. What were you guys doing? Were you just vamping without me?
We're talking about
cakes.
All right. So
a lot of cake
is
talk.
tiramisu a cake?
I don't know, but I love tiramisu. Whatever it is, I'll eat it. Did you bring? What kind of flavors are the cakes?
Oh, yeah, we talked bunt cake. This is a nothing bunt cake bag.
Is it red velvet?
Where does she talk?
Oh, you can talk over here.
So we have an assortment. Happy birthday show, by the way.
Hi.
No red velvet. They are the fall festival flavored buntinis.
Oh, the little ones.
Okay. I
So
like
I have the little
individuals.
ones for everybody, and then I have 2 for the birthday boy.
Ooh, I get 2.
I mean, as you should. It's your birthday.
I was gonna do a whole thing.
All right. Well, while Megan unpacks the cakes, do you want me to set the menu for the show here just to keep
I
the
think
audio?
we just had the menu set. It
Bun
was
cakes.
bun
Cake
cakes
is on the
and all
menu
kinds
for
of
the
things.
show.
Yeah.
It's a Friar Friday, so I'll let everybody know that AJ Preller is going to join us at 8 o'clock, the president of baseball operations for your San Diego Padres. 15 games remaining in this season for the San Diego Padres to try to reach the playoffs and do some damage in October. And the GM and president of baseball operations will join us at 8 o'clock. That'll come right after. Darren Smith joins us for his regular Friday feature at 7:35. Huge game tomorrow for SDFC. First place versus second place.
Massive.
They can pretty much all but lock it up in the Western Conference with a win tomorrow over Minnesota United. So we'll talk to Darren at 7:35. And, of course, we'll have all of our Padres chat, our highlights coming up in our wrap-up, our grap-up, since it was a win yesterday, and our regular features. Don't do this. Take on Woods for the chance to win the trip to see the Eagles at the Sphere in Las Vegas. And a Randall Report, a birthday edition of the Randall Report, coming up in our final hour at 9 o'clock.
Well, it's funny because earlier, too, I said to we were off the air, and I said, hey, we should bring back some of the good stuff this week. And Ben goes, like from the round table? And I go, what? From the round table? We're gonna bring back stuff from the round table?
I already forgot about this.
I'm like, what?
Some of the good
No!
content I came up with for yesterday's
No!
Woods literally
round
said
table?
we had a pretty good week.
We had a
Like,
pretty good week.
we should bring back some of the good stuff from earlier in the week.
From the round table?
My first thought was, like the prank. Like,
Yeah.
that was pretty
or
funny.
Cox talk and things like that.
And then Ben goes, like something from the round table.
I said, no, not the round table.
Did you not enjoy yesterday's round table of hostility and anger,
I was just gonna
recrimination?
I was just gonna say that was gnarly. Yesterday was what happened to everyone?
There has definitely been, over the last few weeks, everyone's nerves have been fraying on the round table. It's clear. And we're getting on each other's nerves, and it's starting to turn into an ugly scene in some of the round
I've been
tables.
uncomfortable for the last several round tables.
Yesterday, I mean, it was Chris Ello definitely a couple of weeks ago that was feeling it. Yesterday, it was like Braden versus Scraby.
This is
going
cool.
back and forth.
Dominic says Chris Ello continued misquoting the roundtable topics again. Had Tony Gwynn Jr. essing all over y'all, meaning us. I mean, Tony wasn't there, so if you didn't hear it, you can't. I'll say this as fact: you can no longer take Chris Ello at his word. You just can't. Because it goes in one ear and it goes out the other, and it comes out completely different than what it was said. I don't even know what he said, but I promise you it was wrong. I promise you it was wrong. That's terrible. That's terrible.
Yeah, his interpretation of some of the roundtable comments.
It's like you're
has
speaking a
been,
different language.
I think a little off in the last couple of weeks. We may have to pull the audio again, like we did. I don't know, last week, I think, when we were pulling the audio of the roundtable to defend Woods.
It's ridiculous.
His take on the San Diego Padres.
Ridiculous.
All right, let's take a time out. We'll come back.
You're not going to mess up Paulie's birthday.
We're
Going
to enjoy
that
some
right
cake.
now.
We're going to talk some Padres. When we come back, it is Friday morning. Hey, all feeling good on a Victory Friday.
I
On
was.
San Diego's #1 sports station.
Now my ears are hot.
97.3 The Fan.
Again?
First, though, Woods, Paulie, we just said, 35 years old. When you're 35, you're a responsible adult. And responsible adults have a trust or a will for their family. I mean, Paul, you want to take care of Megan when you're gone? You can do that with a trust and will. You want to make sure that your family has access to your assets immediately and not get caught up in probate court, which can be a very lengthy, expensive process that takes months, that involves court decisions, and it takes it completely out of your hands if you don't have your own estate documents.
I just blacked out. So I'm glad that I have a trust and will. I went to trustandwill.com. Use the code radio20 when you check out. Got a DM yesterday from somebody that we know, and they said, man, having some health scares. I got to make sure I get it done. I said, go to Trust and Will. He asked me. I didn't just direct him there. He said, what's the place you guys talk about? I said, trustandwill.com. Use the code radio20 when you check out. You'll get 20% off.
If you have kids, you can name guardians for your children. I didn't know this, but if you pass away, and like your mom is still alive, she can't decide who gets your kids or take your kids. The court will decide which relative they go to. It takes it out of your hands. You can do that all with a simple online process. It takes only a couple of minutes or a couple of innings of watching a baseball game, and you're done, and you have the documents in your house. Do it today. Get that peace of mind by going to trustandwill.com. Use code radio20 at checkout at trustandwill.com.
Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Wood's taking a deep breath right now.
I hate that.
We haven't gone back and listened to the audio yet from
I mean, I know what it sounds because the same thing happened last week.
Gwynn and Chris. What was said about us to Tony Gwynn Jr.
I don't know when it was.
On their show.
Yeah.
It's a bummer. It's a real bummer.
Can't be too bummed, though, because we were eating bunt cake during the break.
I wasn't.
Oh, you didn't have any bunt cake? I
Not
already had a
yet.
little buntini.
Not yet.
It was
saving,
delicious.
saving mine. It's all good, man. It's all good. Haters be hating, I guess.
Ray in the chat says, I went back, Ello just talking nonsense.
Great. Fantastic, dude. How's that okay? How's that okay? Well, I mean, and again, and then he tells it to Tony like it's gospel, and then Tony's like, oh, those guys are idiots. They don't know ball. And that's a bummer. That's a bummer. First 10 to 15 minutes, apparently. All right, Paulie, happy birthday. Go find some audio that can piss me off. Thank you very much. God, man, what the hell?
Before we get to our Padres wrap-up, they did drop a little news on us yesterday. JP Sears is back and will make the start tonight for your San Diego Padres, pushing everybody back a day, being added to the rotation, at least temporarily, creating a six-man rotation, pushing Dylan Cease, Yu Darvish back to Saturday and Sunday, Michael King back to Tuesday, and then Nick Pivetta will have a full week Wednesday to Wednesday between his two starts, adding a little extra rest time for the starters ahead of the playoffs. Of course, that comes with a bit of a risk in that you are bringing up JP Sears to start a game against the Colorado Rockies that you can't afford to lose if you're going to try to chase down the Dodgers in the NL West.
Is it one of those things where you're like, man, if this goes wrong, because if it goes wrong, the immediate response is, you got cute. You had to get cute. You told, because if you're the Rockies, you know what you think today? Now, JP Sears isn't some fan that won a contest and
True.
coming out of the stands, right? The guy has won at the big league level.
The Colorado Rockies, maybe fans that have come out of the stands.
You say that. Careful what you say, right?
I know.
Like, I can't even talk crap about any baseball team anymore because these games are so important. But, if you do lose it, Ben, you're like, well, you got cute. Why'd you get cute? And I understand wanting to give guys an extra rest. I do.
And I do as well. And I mean, the narrative right now about Manny Machado is clearly, you see it online. They need to give Manny a day.
Yeah.
Give him a day off. He's slumping. He hasn't missed a day all season. Guy needs a day off. I don't know if that's true or not. Manny would probably dispute the notion that he, quote unquote, needs a day off. But you certainly could, not just with Manny, but with Fernando Tatis Jr., with Jackson Merrill, with all your star players. You could give them some time off down the stretch and not necessarily go all out to win the division. Right now, you are playing for one of two things. It's almost certain you're going to make the playoffs. Padres 99% to make the postseason. And you're not going to get a bye in the first round. The Phillies keep winning. They're pulling away. The Brewers and the Phillies will be your two bye teams. So you'll either catch the Dodgers or the Cubs, and you'll get a home wild card series, which is definitely better than going on the road. Padres are much better at home than the road. Or you'll be playing at likely Wrigley Field in the first round against the Cubs. You can win that series. If you do go on the road, it would be nice to have rested players who haven't been sprinting to the finish line and pitchers who have been pressed into extra starts, or at least, starting on just 4 days rest every single time to get to the finish line. So at this point, the Padres have a decision to make. How hard do they want to try to catch the Dodgers or the Cubs just to flip that series from a road to a home series, which is, again, it's valuable. No doubt about it.
15 left?
15 left.
So, that's basically one turn through the rotation after today, 14. Yeah, you're setting up your playoff rotation.
You got three basically turns.
Three
left.
turns, yes. That's what I meant. Three turns for the whole rotation.
Exactly.
Right? I was saying each pitcher has 3 spots left.
Right.
So you're setting it up to when the season ends. Maybe you have your best guys ready, and that's, again, if everything goes well, nobody gets hurt, dinged up, whatever. I don't mind this move. I really don't mind this move at all. I think it's the prudent move. What's more concerning to me is that we scored 2 runs against McCade. What's his name? McCade Brown.
Yeah.
Kane Brown, that country rapper. McCade. Were his parents like, McCade, clean up your room? What was his nickname?
Mickey?
Mickey.
I don't know.
Why does he name him Mickey? Mickey Brown's a great name. McCade, get your ass in here. So I thought about that last night every time I watched him pitch. Didn't look terrible. Had his best start of his career last night against the
curveball was solid.
95 paint. Like,
but
look
if
okay.
the Padres are only going to score a couple of runs, you don't have a lot of margin for error pitching.
Exactly.
Now, the Rockies have yet to score a run at Petco Park this year.
Correct.
They're going to score a run this series. You know what? I am going to go out on a limb and make the prediction that the Padres won't be the first team in history to shut out a divisional opponent 7 straight times at home.
That'd be insane
in a season.
That
would be absolutely insane. So the Rockies are probably going to score at some point in the next 3 days.
Hopefully it's not.
Do you
tonight.
trust that the Padres can score enough to make sure they still win that game when the Rockies actually do get on the board in this series?
Yeah, for sure. I don't mind this move. I think it's a prudent move. And, I guess prudent decisions. If it was if we were a game out, I'd feel differently. If we were 2 games out, I think I'd feel differently. What are we at now? 3.5? Is it
it's 2.5 behind the Dodgers,
but plus the tiebreaker, so 3.5.
Correct.
So that's essentially 4. You round up.
No, it's now it's 3.5.
It's 3.5.
It's 3.5 now. So you've got to still outplay the Dodgers. If the Padres can take care of business and sweep the Rockies this weekend,
yes.
Again, big if. You can never count on a sweep in Major League Baseball. Likely the Dodgers and Giants. I doubt one or the other team is going to sweep.
Yeah, I agree.
I think
somebody's going to win one.
I think someone's going to win one, which means
three game set.
It's a 3-game set.
Okay.
So if you can take care of business and sweep the Rockies, you'll either be a game and a half or a half game behind the Dodgers with 2 weeks to go. Then you go, okay, I think we can do this again.
Yeah,
but it requires you taking care of business against the Rockies.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's what the next 3 doesn't really matter. Don't even bother watching the scoreboard the next 3 days. Almost certainly that's not going to be a sweep.
Don't tell me how to fan.
Okay.
Do not tell me. I'll be watching it like crazy. We're looking for a mop, as Purple said.
That's right.
We are looking for the mop.
Phillies mop the Mets.
The Mets,
who are sliding and are the next opponent on the Padres schedule coming up in New York on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But again, let's not look ahead.
No.
Let's look for today. Padres and Rockies game 2 of the series. And first, we're going to look back with our Padres wrap up of the highlights of a really outstanding, probably the best performance we've seen out of Randy Vasquez in his Padres career last night at Petco Park. We'll get into that after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danek.
This traffic report is driven by Sedano Ford and Sedano Lincoln in beautiful downtown La Mesa. Speed's getting back to normal northbound 5 out of the South Bay since they cleared that crash near Main and Division. No other incidents or accidents to report. In fact, we are definitely looking at Friday-like conditions. Westbound 52, not too bad, heading out of Santee. San Diego luxury awaits at Sedano Lincoln in La Mesa with the September to Remember event. Lease a 2025 Lincoln Corsair Premier for $449 a month. Visit La Mesa's biggest inventory. You'll be glad you did. For more details, visit SedanoLincoln.com. I'm Kelly Danek with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
I love winning, man. I love winning. You hear what I'm saying? It's like better than losing.
Miss any of the Padres win yesterday? Ben and Woods didn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've got you covered with all of the highlights.
Oh, yes.
It's the
Padres wrap up.
Brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort, the Players' Place.
I want to go fast, but I want to go slow, and I want to go deep.
Colorado.
1-2, Moniak in the air to left field. Laureano racing over to the line. Long way to go. Into foul territory. Leaps up and he makes the catch. Laureano up in the air, caught the ball, slammed into the side wall, and what a play by Laureano, out number 2 here in the first inning. 3-2 to Arise, and Luis lines it over the head of the second baseman, Freeman into right field. Fermin rounding third. He'll score without a play. RBI single, Luis Arise, and the Padres have the first run of the night here in the third. And Merrill in the air to left field. Beck is back. He's on the track at the wall. Beck will watch. It's going to go. Jackson Merrill, opposite field home run. 2-0. Padres in the fourth inning as Merrill Madness makes its return to San Diego. Suarez in his 200th game as a Padre. 2-2. The pitch to Beck, swung on, chopped right back to the mound. Suarez has it, slings it to first in time, and the ball game is over. Padres shut out the Rockies again, this time 2-0. Colorado has played 4 games at Petco Park this season, and they have yet to score a single run.
Tremendous. That was fantastic. He's throwing the ball exceptionally well. Threw the ball well over there. Threw the ball really good tonight. Just a lot of quality strikes. Command was good. He had really command of almost all his pitches. Kept him honest in. Secondary pitches for strikes. Located the outer half. He just was tremendous.
He was phenomenal.
So what did a good Randy Vasquez start earlier this season look like? It looked like this. 5 innings, if you were lucky. Usually it's about 4 1/3.
Yeah, 4 1/3, 4 2/3.
Maybe like a run,
Mm-hmm.
A walk or 2, and a strikeout or 2.
Correct.
And Padres would exit with a 3 or 4-1 lead, and they turn things over to the bullpen, and we were happy with that. But you weren't going to get a lot of swing and miss and strikeouts from Randy Vasquez, and we were accepted that he's a weak contact pitcher, which is very valuable and effective. And then last night, and again, it's the Colorado Rockies, but he goes and strikes out 9 batters in 6 shutout innings, walking none and allowing 4 hits. That's ace pitching right there by Randy Vasquez.
Spectacular last night. Like Schulte said, man, he attacked the zone. The cutter was great. The sinker was really, really good. Stuff plus numbers were way up. Like, he is the guy, Ben, that he was the guy that when your team faced him, I saw when he pitched well against the Dodgers, I saw them losing their minds. They're like, he has the worst stuff plus in the league. Like, there's no way that we shouldn't be able to hit this guy. He's deceptive. He pitches to contact. You make plays behind him. How effective can that be these days? And he was spectacular last night. He had huge break on his sinker. Like, everything was moving. He was just in the zone.
You could tell in the first inning, and he went out there, and it was just strike. I think threw like 14 strikes in his first 15 pitches or something crazy last night. And that's the right strategy against a Colorado Rockies team that basically has 1.5 guys that can really hurt you. Hunter Goodman and maybe
Moniak too.
Maybe Moniak. Yeah. I mean, he'd give it like a quarter to a couple of guys maybe in that lineup.
Ricky Moniak had one of the greatest slides I've ever seen.
That was a really good slide.
That was unbelievable.
I kept wondering, like, why did you call him? First of all, why did it take you 30 seconds to call him out?
Right.
And then from the view the umpire had, I go, at no point do I see an opportunity for you to call him out.
And it was a great effort by Arise to make
effort.
the tag as well. I can only imagine the umpires thinking, I don't know. I got to make a decision. I really don't know.
I got to make a call.
I got to make a call.
Has it been 30 seconds? I should call.
He's like mentally flipping a coin, and finally heads. All right, he's out. I don't know. I don't know what happened there.
Now, there's always replay, and they did replay it and overturn it. The runner.
That would be funny if an umpire truly had a I didn't see it signal. So
and he puts
he just puts his earmuffs on and goes, I don't know. So I'm not gonna taint.
Are you mad at that?
No, I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
With the way the rules are written, whatever the umpire decides has to be.
Did you say taint?
Yeah, I don't want to taint the jury. When an umpire makes a call,
it's funny when you say
the replay officials have to conclusively overturn
that call.
So that call does carry some weight, even if the umpire knows in his heart, I didn't really see it. He has to make a call. Wouldn't it be smarter if the umpire said, I really don't know. I'm going to just go straight, and we'll just let either way, whatever the replay, it doesn't have to be conclusive either way. It's just whatever it looks like on the tape. That will be the call.
Can I do you one better? How about no umpires at all? Just the big eye in the sky from Vegas, and they out at second.
Add about 15 more cameras everywhere, and
you're done. Dude. You don't even need umpire.
Every angle, every high speed, slow mo,
ground ball,
high def,
ground ball to Manny. He goes in the hole, slings it across. Arise picks it, and all you hear is out from the eye in the sky. And you're good. You don't need umps. There's no yelling. There's no screaming. We get rid of umpire. I mean, it's a really good. Sorry to my umpire friend Jamie. Still need you in adult ball. They're never going to do that in adult ball or high school.
It's expensive.
It's expensive. It's not going to happen. But at the big league level, what is the purpose at this point? There is none. We have all the technology.
I mean, you'd like to speed things up as quickly as possible. You don't.
How does it get faster than that?
Well, if they can do it that fast.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got to go to a center somewhere and then relay a call every single time.
Every hub, you have
It's
your own
instant.
hub, instant and out at second. That's good, Rod. Get bases that light up red for out and green for safe. Fantastic work.
This is like some futuristic movie version of baseball.
I loved it last night, man. I really did. Watching Randy Vasquez,
I felt so happy.
as
for him.
we've said so many times, and as Schulte said, I'm actually surprised, and we talked about it a little bit a couple weeks ago. I'm surprised that he lost whatever trust because look, let's look at it this way. It could go one of two ways, Benny. You get a new toy like JP Sears, right? And you're like, well, we got to see what he has. You could have gone to a 6-man rotation with the pitching that we had and the injuries and everything else. And hell, I think even then it still would have been a 5-man rotation. You could have done that. There was something that happened from Randy Vasquez that Schulte and the crew said, I've lost a little trust. Let's get him down there to work on something, right?
I thought about this last night because, the Padres went out and picked up JP Sears and Nestor Cortez. And it seems as though they didn't really need, at least for this season, either of those guys at the moment because they had Randy Vasquez.
Correct.
But
can't have too much pitching, as you know.
Randy Vasquez also has not pitched, like 180 inning season.
Manages innings, yeah.
And perhaps it was for the best. Like, it wasn't just to go down
and work,
but it was also to
he
go
was
down.
throwing 5 innings down in the minors.
Yeah,
wasn't he?
well, I mean, he had the break for almost 2 weeks when
he had a baby.
When his wife had a baby, and he was on paternity leave, and he threw a couple bullpens, but now he's fresh. And here's the really wild question. And I don't think yesterday I'm ready to go this far. But when you're determining your playoff rotation,
not rotation,
Nick Pivetta, Michael King, we don't know who that next guy is. We're assuming it's Dylan Cease or Yu Darvish. Right. But has Randy Vasquez worked his way beyond either of those guys?
No, he's worked his way into the bullpen, though. In my opinion.
Well, that's what I think as well.
I think he goes, you could see him potentially in like a.
But of those three, Dylan Cease, Yu Darvish, and Randy Vasquez. Dylan Cease has clearly the best stuff. Yu Darvish has the experience, the savvy, has had success in the playoffs. Randy Vasquez has been more effective than either one of those.
He might give you the most likely chance to be in the game.
I mean, by the numbers, not by the metrics necessarily, but by the actual results, Randy Vasquez has been the more effective starting pitcher compared to either Dylan Cease or Yu Darvish this season. If you just picked, blind taste test here, and all you saw were this season's numbers,
you'd say, I'd take that guy.
You would take that guy over the other two.
If you didn't know their names.
Now, I don't think anyone in baseball is really picking Randy Vasquez over Dylan Cease or Yu Darvish for a playoff start, but blind taste test, and you're just picking the numbers from this year, you pick Randy Vasquez as your third playoff starter, correct?
Yeah.
But I think you're correct in that he is earning himself a place as a long man in the Padres bullpen in a playoff game where you feel like,
no question,
hey, if we do throw Yu Darvish and it's the second inning and it's not looking great and we're down 3-1,
Randy comes
you
in
can
for
have
6.
Randy come in for the next 3 or 4 innings and not worry about it too much. You feel good about your chances of staying in the game and giving your offense a chance to come back and win a game like that if Randy Vasquez is in your bullpen.
Agreed 100%, Benny. I think it's a good point. But again, all the talk about pitching has been a little bit better as of late. Any concern about 2 runs against Colorado Rockies?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I mean, not just 2 runs against the Colorado Rockies, but other than Coors Field, if you go back and look at, the Padres' offensive output outside of Coors Field over the last couple of weeks, it's pretty abysmal. I mean, 2 runs, 1 run, 2 runs, 4 runs in extra innings. Then you're at Colorado, so you got the 8 and the 10, but you also had a 0 there. And then it's 5-2, 3-2, all the way back to when they had that one day where they scored 12 against the Minnesota Twins. That was in August. So September, at sea level, the Padres offense has been
anemic, really, really bad. I love that word, anemic.
Their red blood cell count is low,
very low,
very anemic.
So that's definitely a concern. And the thing is, last night, it wasn't like, oh man, they're squaring them up, just not getting lucky. No, their expected batting average last night in the game was 224. So I mean, it's just like you almost feel very fortunate to win that game. That their offense was, as even more inept and anemic than yours.
Yeah, I mean, 2 bright spots, 3 hits from Luis Ariz.
Oh yeah,
very clutch 2 2-out single to drive in Freddie for me.
And before this gets misinterpreted by other hosts on this radio station, I will say this. When he's going good, he is the most fun to watch hit. When he is doing what he is capable of doing and has done for his entire career, when he is out there, Ben, the sprinkler,
2 or 3 hits a night. Every night.
Having these grindy ABs and then getting the end result. He drove in a run. We finally got a hit with a runner in scoring position. It goes to Luis Rise. No one on this show has ever said bench him. Everyone on this show has said, yeah, move him down. He'll be even better in the 7, things like that. So we have always loved Luis Rise.
And then Jackson Merrill with the opposite field home run, looking a lot more like last season.
This is Jackson Merrill.
And also reinforcing yesterday's roundtable discussion of why he should not have been bunting in the 4th inning in the game prior to that last
Get in
one.
trouble for that one.
Yeah, I know. We'll talk more about it. We got Don't Do This and More, hour number 2. But what's next on The Fan? Coming up at the bottom of the hour, Darren Smith will join us. We'll talk Padres and SDFC's big game tomorrow. And then 1 hour from now, Friar Friday guests, A.J. Preller on the program, president of baseball operations, general manager for your San Diego Padres, who are now currently 4 games up on the New York Mets, who lost again yesterday, Woods, to the Philadelphia Phillies. They got mopped in that series.
Wow, man.
They've lost 6 in a row. They're only 5 games above 500 at this point, and now they can feel the hot breath on their necks from the San Francisco Giants and Cincinnati Reds, who are both just a game and a half out of a playoff spot heading into the final 2 weeks plus a weekend of the season. And, you know, they're in the odd spot now that they're going to be cheering for the Padres next week to beat the Mets, because that's the team that both are more likely to catch. I mean, if you go by recent trends, the Giants are the hottest team in the National League.
Not
over
the
last.
Phils?
Well, in the wild card race. The Giants are the hottest team in the wild card race. Then the Reds, and obviously the Mets are after that. The tiebreaker situation is weird. The Giants and Reds played all 6 of their games in March and early April, so long ago, and they split them 3-3. So it'll come down to that divisional tiebreaker, which is currently very close as well. The Giants have a 1-game edge in the tiebreaker, but it'll depend on how they do against the Dodgers in these next 7 games, whether they can win the wild card tiebreaker against the Cincinnati Reds at the end of the season. So those 2 teams are both very much in it in the wild card race. Looking up, the Padres are still 3.5 games behind the Cubs for the final wild card spot. Cubs were idle, and 2.5 games now behind the Dodgers in the NL West. Dodgers were off yesterday as well.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk to A.J. Preller about, certainly he knows the situation and the math and what it all looks out like, what it looks like it's going to shape up to be, and how they're going to handle it moving forward with 15 games to go. It's crazy, man. The 2 weeks essentially, Benny, and then it's off to the playoffs somewhere. More than likely Chicago, potentially here. But yeah, I do think it's an interesting needle to thread if you're the San Diego Padres, Mike Schilt and A.J. Preller and Ruben Niebla and all the guys that are responsible for making those decisions. Of course, you're going to go out and give effort. You have to get your offense clicking at some point. Like your offense needs to click. So you need your best guys in there. Manny Machado, again, I see it every day. Give him a day off. I wonder if he would even tell you right now. I mean, the first inning, I thought, oh God, he may be cooked because they hit a 3-hopper to him that he's made a billion times, clanks it off his glove. And I go, my king is cooked, and I don't know what to do about it. Well, then he made several really, really, really nice Manny Machado.
Almost immediately.
Yeah, almost immediately made several Manny Machado-esque type plays, helped Randy Vasquez out quite a bit, turned a beautiful double play. Vintage Manny stuff. But again, the bat is just not there right now, Ben. Expanding the zone, going up in the zone, can't get to high heat, not punishing mistakes at all. And he just looks a little bit lost up there. And it's always the interesting question. And we can ask A.J. Preller this too. We know his philosophy, his being Manny's. I'm healthy enough to play. I'm going to play. I need to hit myself out of it instead of watching other guys hit against, let's be honest, the Colorado Rockies. You would think he was probably salivating when the Rockies came to town to go, okay, here's where I can get my swing back and get right. I heard
4-game series. I
can get my groove back a little bit. And I heard he was doing extra work, doing extra hitting before the game. I know he wants to be out there. Maybe for the first time in my life, I go, maybe my king could use a day to reset. It's not a punishment at all. It's just a day to reset. You come off the bench in case they need you in a big spot. And then, though, you're looking at Jose Iglesias out there playing third, which, okay, fine. He's hitting better than Manny right now, to be honest with you. But I don't know what you do. I really don't. Do you let him hit his way through it, or do you just pull him out for a day?
Well,
he takes pride in playing 162, and I love that. I love that.
If a day off was like waving a magic wand, and you're dipped in magic waters, and he comes back the next day as Manny Machado, everyone would sign up for that instantly. Manny would sign up for that instantly.
Give me every other day off. I'll come back and get 4 hits.
But I think from Manny's perspective, and he's not necessarily wrong, taking a day off is just a day he's losing that he could possibly find his swing. Go out there. What he needs, I think, in his mind, is to go out and have a 3 for 4.
Correct.
With a double and a home run.
Right.
And drive the ball. And if he's not playing, he can't do that. So he's getting further away from where he wants to be rather than closer. There's no guarantee that a day off or 3 days off fixes Manny Machado. But you can't be afraid to give your star players a couple of days off. We saw the Cubs do it before he got hurt with Kyle Tucker, with Pete Crow Armstrong. Those guys are all-stars too. Mike Schilt will say, Manny's an all-star. He's Manny Machado. He's not wrong, but being an all-star doesn't mean you can't be given a couple of days off when you're struggling. It really doesn't. And it doesn't mean you're not valuable and you're not important to the team anymore. I will also add, who are the Padres putting in?
Iglesias.
If he's even healthy enough to play. I haven't seen him since.
Jose?
Yeah.
He pinch ran the other night.
He pinch ran, but can he swing the bat? He got hit in the hand.
Yeah.
Can he swing the bat? He can pinch run. We have no idea. Can he play defense? Can he swing the bat fully right now? And honestly, even Manny's slumping numbers aren't that much worse than Jose Iglesias' regular offensive numbers. So you're not getting much by putting someone else in there. So
it's resetting his mind. And
again, if they thought that would work, my guess is they would have tried it by now. Manny doesn't think that's what he needs. If he thought that, all he has to do is say one word going, day.
Yeah, take a day.
I'll take a day. And Mike Schilt would instantly give it to him.
100%.
There's no way Mike Schilt's going, we can't give you a day, Manny. He would say, if Manny wants a day, can he take a day? Take two.
It's a good time to have it.
But, that's all Manny needs to do.
This is the interesting one. C20 brings up the magic word. The magic word is ego. That's the magic word. So in order to be Manny Machado, you have to have that in spades. You have to have loads of it. You have to think, I'm good in that game will just rip your soul in half if you don't have any ego. And I think his ego is probably in the toilet right now. So do you think, Ben, that him going out there and taking the 3-hole every night is because he's an egomaniac, or does he just want to get right and help the team win? Because that's what I think.
He just wants to get right and help the team win.
He doesn't get a bonus for playing 162, as far as I know. Manny Machado gets bonus if he wins a World Series.
Now, I do think there is something about
there's pride,
internal pressure and pride. Not just in a baseball play. We feel it.
100%.
We miss a show, and you feel bad about it. You feel like you're letting people down.
You want to die, yeah.
When you do that, you don't. There's no way Manny feels like the team is better off if he takes a day off, as he should feel that way. Correct? Because he also knows the calculus. Okay, who's coming in for me? How is our lineup better without me in it?
Right.
And it's not. He's right. It's not. It's not better without Manny Machado in it. Just the hope of Manny turning it around every day is more valuable than anything else you're going to put over there.
Sure.
So he's going to keep going out there as long as he can.
Who's on the bump for the Rockies today?
Today is Tanner Gordon, I believe.
Right-hander, left-hander?
We saw him just a few days ago, so you would think that I would remember.
I don't remember
watching him pitch, but the Rockies are so anonymous and
they run together,
interchangeable that he is a right-hander.
Right-hander. Okay.
6.6 ERA.
Okay. All right.
That's a great question.
That's a great question.
I'm so glad that you asked.
That
of
question.
course,
his last start,
Tanner Gordon,
3 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 6 earned runs, 3 home runs allowed against the San Diego Padres.
Okay. Yeah, you could potentially move Manny down a little bit. You could move him to the 4. I don't know what it does, jump start, whatever, give him a different look, get a little bit different protection. Who knows?
But like we said in the roundtable yesterday, you do that, and Manny has a good game at, the 5 slot, and you switch him with Laureano. Then what do you do? Is he now your 5 hitter the rest of the way? Because, it worked, so we don't want to change it. Or is you instantly move, we fixed Manny, let's put him right back where he should be, which is the 3rd spot, because he's your star player. He's your 3rd hitter. He's your Manny Machado. You don't want him hitting 5th in the playoffs. That's not your best lineup if Manny's going. So when do you move him back?
I wonder if they had this discussion about I'm sure they had this discussion about Cal Ripken in Baltimore when he was in the midst of a streak. Not that Manny's on a 2,130 game streak or anything like that. But Ed, the reason I bring it up, Ed says he wants the bold number on the back of his baseball card. He wants 162. Is that bad? Is that a bad thing to want to do, to show up to work? Now, I don't want to set any...
To want it just for the baseball card number is not good.
Well, is that what you think, though?
Juan Soto wanted it 2 years ago.
Well, Juan Soto was going into free agency. He wanted to make sure... Manny's not. Manny's got his bag. If Manny wanted to sit back and put his feet up for a week, he probably could.
It's weird. It's little apples and oranges, different sports, different guys. But like LeBron, who's like 8 years older than Manny, like he made it a point. He's like, I want to play all 82 games.
Yeah.
And they're like, that's not smart.
It's not smart
at your age with we have hopes of the playoffs. Like we need you fresh. Like it's not smart. Whereas during Jordan's era, they'd be like, well, of course you're going to play every game.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan. And like it's changed a little bit. It's my point.
Dominic said, Dominic's from the Baltimore area. He goes, they definitely have this discussion.
And I think if Cal Ripken was playing now, people would be like, he needs a day. Like, this is absurd.
This is absurd. You're hurting the team.
Yeah,
right.
It
we
is
need you fresh. Like, yeah.
I mean, there are a number of unbreakable records in baseball.
Cal's
like Cy Young's 500 and whatever.
511.
It's 511. But in terms of what's changed about, you still want wins. You know, no one's ever going to get that because no one's going to pitch enough and start enough games like Cy Young did. But no one should try to break Cal Ripken's record. That's foolish to try to break Cal Ripken's record.
I feel like it is. I'm trying to wrap my head around that comment.
You go ahead and try to break Cy Young's record. If you can win 512 games, go ahead and try to do it. No one should be even trying to break or even come close to Cal Ripken Jr.'s record. You are not playing baseball a smart way if you're trying to break Cal Ripken Jr.'s record.
The more I sit and think about it, and you see how much load management has, I don't want to say infected, but how much it's spread throughout all sports, there has been a level of pride in your job. Like there has been a level of, no, guys need a day. And by the way, we're paying this guy X amount of dollars.
Right.
That's
what it is.
It's
very easy for someone to be like, Randy Jones used to go 9 innings every single time back in the day. He's making $14,000 that year. Like if you're paying pitchers $20, $30, $40 million a year.
Whoa. Give me a solid 3 innings. I need you,
right.
for ready for the playoffs. I know it's tough. I could listen to Randy Jones stories about when he came up. The guy would blast heaters in between innings. His stories about spring training. What's he? Well, look at you guys. Fantasy camp, right? Just a bunch of loads. And he's like, what are you eating there? You got salad. You got 4 types of protein. They used to give us a cup of soup after a whole day of work. I go, you're joking. I go, you walk up, there's styrofoam cup, and you got a cup of soup on the way back to your dorm. I don't want to hear any of your bull ass.
On a good day, there was a loaf of bread and a jar of peanut butter for the whole team.
I don't even think they had peanut butter. I literally was like styrofoam cups of soup, and they come up and
while we're like, hey, Randy,
go back to their dorm.
Our Airbnb, the heater on the pool wasn't even turned on. Can you believe that crap?
You guys are a couple of P words. That's what you are. I could literally listen to it. And you sit and you go, you were in Yuma, Arizona in the spring. Not a thing. Yuma is pretty desolate now. Imagine what it was like 40 years ago. And I go, Randy, what did you better than selling cars for a living? I'll tell you that. And I'm like, cup of soup,
like the same team that would like face the Yankees in that, in the playoffs that year or whatever. Like the professional baseball player is stuck in Yuma, Arizona, eating soup out of a styrofoam cup.
A Lipton cup of walking back to their
the same
dorm.
cups that they drink their coffee from.
Right.
They're just like, yeah, grab one of those.
It's just phenomenal.
Oh,
you work all day in the hot sun, and here's a hot cup of Lipton soup. It's just incredible. It's just incredible. And then because those old school guys look down and they're like, really? Oh, you need a day off today, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I saw what was in your clubhouse refrigerator. Cold pressed juices and all kind of doctors and, tape. Aspirin, things like that.
I don't know why. There's no reason it should stand out or be funny to me, but it is. Whenever they show like after a home run or they show the Padres dugout and somebody's drinking a smoothie, it looks weird.
It does look funny in a dugout,
but like it's healthy, it's good for you.
Yeah,
I'm sure
good
it's
energy,
packed with energy and nutrients, and like they just walk down one flight of stairs. It's right there for them. It's right there, and they should be doing it. It's just a funny thing to see. You don't typically see smoothies in baseball.
I was actually reading a piece in The Athletic last week that the amount of baseball players who drink is at an all-time low.
Oh, that was I think that was Yahoo. It was,
was
our
it
buddy
Yahoo?
Jake Mintz.
Yeah,
wrote that.
it was
I
Jake
read that.
who wrote that, because I was reading, and it used to be common after a game, you'd stay in the clubhouse, everyone would drink an entire 6-pack of beer after the game, and they'd talk about the game
at least.
And that was referred to as the good old days. Oh, they had team camaraderie, they stayed around, they hung out with each other, and they drank. Do you really think that they were performing at their best, drinking that heavily every single night?
Every single
and
night.
now players, and I think it was Jake who wrote about it, they know, well, first of all, they know that if they go out and have a couple, 2 or 3 drinks, someone's going to get them on a cell phone camera,
Yes.
acting the fool. It's going to be all over the internet, and it's going to be a major problem. The other thing they have now that they didn't, and is very common, is loose cannabis, as I like to say.
Yes, loose cannabis.
The amount of
Loose
players who
cannabis?
now use marijuana to unwind after the games,
Ganja,
is much
aka
higher than it
cannabis.
used to be, while the use of alcohol has gone down exponentially. Obviously,
Everybody must get stoned.
but they'll do it at home. They'll do it quietly as a means of unwinding down from a tense and hotly contested game. And that is something that a lot of baseball players now, I think he did a kind of private survey sort of thing, and it is definitely common in baseball now.
And yeah, the booze is kind of filtering,
gone away for the most
filtering
part.
out a little bit. Yeah, they smoked, they drank, they were badasses though. They really were.
Now they say the guys who drink, they do it for enjoyment. Like they'll have a really nice whiskey, or they'll have a nice bottle of wine and share it, but they're not going to go out
Tableside old fashioned.
they're not going to go out and just drink a case of beers and do it again the next day anymore.
Yeah, I do think those were cool, good old days. I do. I think it's cool. That is there's a romanticism about all those guys out as one, tearing up the town. Like even like Peavy's era, him and all those wild men, Peavy and Ashby and all those Hoffy, all those guys, they're madmen. They're straight up madmen. And there was something about it. There was something about it that made it cool and special. That's what I think about it. Could they have performed better if they had just drank smoothies and went home and played Xbox? Probably. But I don't know, they're pretty good.
I mean, if you're a batter nowadays and you're going up against Mason Miller and guys who are throwing 100 every single night, you can't be, not sharp when you go up to the plate. Maybe I'll run into one. No, you won't. No. If you're going up with a headache and a hangover, you're not just running into one anymore. In fact, you might die if you can't get out of the way of one of those. If he loses control a little bit. All right, we got to take a timeout. Come back with a don't and do this. Got a really nice, you probably saw it a little bit if you were watching the game last night. Something the Padres do every single year. One of their best do this moments of the absolute season every single time. We'll get to that coming up next with Ben Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
We're just talking about the good old days where you could buy a house for like $30,000, and those days are certainly gone. If you're trapped in a high rate mortgage right now, you're watching a lot of your hard-earned money vanish every single month. Right now at Loan Pronto, they're delivering the lowest mortgage rates in 3 years. Their rate reduction home loan program, streamlined, low-cost way to slash your house payments by hundreds of dollars a month. Lock in a fixed rate as low as 4.99% APR. Close in as little as 2 weeks. No appraisal needed in most cases. Here's the kicker. You could even skip your next 2 house payments entirely. Rates this low won't last, so don't wait. Call Loan Pronto now for your free, no obligation quote. Loan Pronto is incredible. Lower payments, more money in your pocket, and a fresh start with a better mortgage. 619-207-4336 or go to loanpronto.com. Lock in that new low rate. Skip those next 2 payments. Don't let those high rates hold you back. 619-207-4336 or go to loanpronto.com right now. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Okay, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Just wrapping up our discussion from the last segment, Samuel in the chat chiming in. Hey, guys, just here at the day job listening to you. Had to weigh in on the players don't go out much anymore. I also work in the bar industry on the weekends. I have seen plenty of Padres players tearing it up. Not mentioning any names, but some of our boys get down.
I think I know. I have a general idea. I think I have a general idea of who gets down on the weekends. I did like
Mike Schilt.
Hey, boy, give me another whiskey sour.
Going to Moonshine Beach tonight?
Moonshine Flats.
Where we going?
Somebody in the chat said, I wonder if Goose Gossage has ever even had a smoothie. Ever.
Does he know what a smoothie is?
Whiskey with gin and ice cream. It's what he has. Incredible. Yeah, the 80s baseball player does need to be studied. Cole, I would like to take on that undertake. That's a great undertaking.
All right, Don't Do This is brought to you by Trust and Will.
Don't
leave your entire estate, house, kids, and life savings up to chance if and when you die.
Do
set up a Trust or Will online at trustandwill.com. This is a lot more affordable than you think. Visit trustandwill.com for more info. Hope the guy who was manning the barbecue food truck outside the Wake Forest game had his Trust and Will in order. If you were, no, he's not, but he could have been.
Because that's pretty morose.
Well, I mean, his entire truck was like going up in flames, and it was so bad that
he's okay though.
If you're watching the game at all on ESPN, you saw the entire stadium start filling up with smoke during the game, and you could see it was just kind of pouring in. And then they went to a shot of this poor guy who's behind the grill at Chalk's Barbecue and Southern Catering, Wake Forest in North Carolina.
He's in there.
He's in there
dude,
still.
His
like ceilings on fire.
And there's smoke all throughout the stadium.
He's trying to save the truck here at this point, and it's all going into the stadium as NC State is driving to try to come back in the game against Wake Forest, and the entire stadium is now feeling the effects of this food truck fire that's just outside of the stands.
You want to talk about, like, it looks like he's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about embarrassing? I mean, you're a national televised game, embarrassing. There's your business, and you're in there putting out a grease fire. It's just so mortifying. When anytime something has to stop down because of something you did. When I bumped that guy at 1 mile an hour, and I saw fire trucks coming, and he was, getting blood and getting his vitals taken because I bumped him at 1 mile an hour.
How's that case proceeded, by the way?
I haven't heard from this clown at all, but I'm looking and I go, oh God. And I'm just sitting there. Cop pulls up. Another cop pulls up. Fire truck comes down. Traffic is backed up now in Oceanside. And I'm going, oh God, oh God, oh God. What have I done? And then I thought to myself, you bent your license plate. That's all you did. They're all coming here because I bent my license plate on my car.
You're a monster.
It is such a mortifying feeling when that happens. This is pretty crazy and heavy story, but 13 players from 6 schools are involved in, well, you guessed it, college basketball players involved in gambling schemes. The 6 schools, it's players formerly associated with Eastern Michigan, Temple, Arizona State, Nolens, North Carolina A&T, and Mississippi Valley State Verizon. They're all under investigation for gambling violations. None of the players currently enrolled at the schools where the infractions did occur, but this is going to be it's going to be one of those stories that I think get desensitized to, right? Just every day it's like, oh, got this guy, got this guy, got this guy, got this school, got this group of players. So yeah, they started noticing, I love how they do this too, noticing suspicious betting patterns on select college basketball games, often on the point spreads and over-under totals on the first halves during the 23-24 season. A Temple game against UAB attracted scrutiny after the point spread of the game moved from UAB -2 to as high as -8. Multiple U.S. sportsbooks halted betting, and an integrity monitor sent out alerts to its clients. UAB won 100.
Yeah, these stories aren't going away. Although I think you just inadvertently have come up with a great new way to raise NIL and revenue sharing fund money for schools. They can sell their school sponsorship names. North Carolina AT&T.
Yes, instead
brought
of
to you by AT&T.
Yeah,
like we could have San Diego Cycles State.
San Diego Cycle State. Come on down. All right, riders, this weekend only, Dago Cycles in Mission Bay is where all the action's at. Forget mowing the lawn. Forget cleaning the garage, because your dream ride is calling at Dago Cycles in Mission Bay. We've got chrome shining, engines growling, and prices dropping faster than your neighbor's excuses for skipping a Sunday ride. From cruisers to sport bikes, we got deals so good, your throttle hand's going to itch. And with payments so low, you'll still have cash for gas gear and even a victory burger on the way home. So swing by, gear up, and come crank your hog with us this weekend at Dago Cycles in Mission Bay. The open road starts here. Don't miss it. You can hear me laughing.
San Diego Cycle State. You can make extra money from selling the name of your school.
Dago Cycle State. So swing by, gear up, and come crank your hog with us this weekend at Dago Cycles. Come crank your hog with the Aztecs. So swing by, gear up, and come crank your hog with us this weekend.
If you missed it, Paulie pulled a little prank on Woodsy with a fake commercial he thought he was supposed to read.
Stop looking at me, dude. Every time I would glance, I would see Paulie's shoulders shaking, and I'm like, stop. Just please stop.
There's no way I'm going to be able to say this without laughing.
It's quick $100. By the way, I didn't even get $100.
Nope.
No, so swing by, gear up, and come crank your.
Oh man, that was good.
I loved it. I loved it so very much. All right, Benny, how about a doo-doo?
All right.
DD mega doo-doo.
Love this. And if you were watching the Padres game last night, they played some of the video. Paulie has it as well. The annual Bikes for Kids Foundation, Padres Foundation team up when they go surprise a different school.
So
and
cool.
Joe Musgrove, I think Mark Loretta, Mark Grant.
There's Group Dog in there.
Yeah, Eric Grupner, Don Orsillo. They go out and they surprise a school full of children with bicycles. They always do it kind of so they bring the kids in and they feel like they all did essays. And like they announce the winner and they bring out the bike for one person. And then like in Oprah fashion, oh, wait, hold on. It's just not one kid who gets a bike. you all get bicycles. And the kids
So
just
cool.
go absolutely nuts for it every year. And this was actually a milestone yesterday at Hancock Elementary School. That was the 100,000th bicycle
Amazing.
that they've given away through this program, which is absolutely amazing.
It would be fun to have Randy Jones there yelling at the kids. Way back in my day.
You don't need a helmet.
You don't need no helmet. Number one, our bikes only had one wheel back in the day. Y'all got two. Bunch of softies. I love it, man. That's always a good
And it
good
also, inspires the kids to do the essays, and they read books, and it's part of it. So it helps literacy. And then it's, underserved communities, a lot of kids who don't even have bikes, then get a bike to ride as well.
Love
so
it.
it's win, 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 win for everybody.
Excellent
Love
work.
seeing that yesterday. Good job by the San Diego Padres. And that is don't and do this for a Friday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, when we come back, we'll talk about the San Diego Padres with our friend Darren Smith. Plus, huge game tomorrow for SDFC. First place versus second place, Minnesota United at Snapdragon Stadium. It's all coming up next year on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Also this weekend, if you're going to be watching any football, even if you're watching some MLS soccer, you can always set a Prize Picks lineup. With Prize Picks, you can turn your football watching, your baseball watching into real cash. It's good to be right with Prize Picks because you're winning real money, setting daily fantasy lineups between 2 and 6 players. So you can go big with 6-player lineups. You could go 5 and do a flex play where you only need 4 of those to win. Lots of different ways to play with Prize Picks, but always make sure you find the max discount squares. This weekend, it's Travis Kelce, 1/2 of 1 receiving yard on Sunday. Put that in one of your lineups and start winning with Prize Picks. To begin, you download the app at prizepicks.com and use our code KWFN to get $50 in free lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's $50 in free lineups with your first $5 lineups with code KWFN at Prize Picks. And then, just feel how it goes for you as you get started. I've been doing it for over a year. I've made a lot of withdrawals from my account, which is always fun. You're winning when you do that. It's easy with Venmo, MasterCard, or Apple Pay to load and unload your account. It's Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for details.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
This hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by U.S. Wellness Meats. U.S. Wellness Meats offers 100% grass-fed beef, pork, poultry, wild-caught seafood, and more shipped free from family farms. Get 20% off your first order at uswellnessmeats.com. All right, Darren Smith standing by ahead of another huge game for SDFC tomorrow night at Snapdragon Stadium. We'll chat with Darren right after traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danek.
Traffic is brought to you by the Del Mar San Diego Pet and Reptile Expo. Pretty uneventful ride on our roads at this time, guys, but we'll take it. Yeah, no complaints at all. Just no incidents or accidents. Seeing some of that usual slowing in usual spots, but maybe a little lighter than usual. It is Friday. Don't miss the Pet and Reptile Expo, September 20th and 21st at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. Adopt dogs and cats, shop pet gear, discover snakes and geckos, build a terrarium, see a live animal show, fun for the whole family. Get tickets at cvreptileexpo.com. I'm Kelly Danek with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Well, I don't think I had any more dreams about Darren Smith this week, although I did play golf last weekend with someone who sounded just like Darren Smith.
Oh, really?
Same, like New Yorkie accent. What is that you've got a little bit of?
Me?
Yeah.
Wow, you're like the first person that's ever put that label on me, that there's a New Yorkie type accent. Most people ask if it's some sort of effort to not have that. So I don't hear that one very often.
Darren, he's insane. Don't you know this by now? He's certified.
Well, no one ever thinks they have an accent. I don't think I have an accent, but everybody has some sort of.
I get East Coasty when I'm talking to my kids.
Little
I really
Texas,
do. Like, I get
not
East
much.
Coasty. I'm like, hey, pick up your chair. What are you doing?
That sounded like Shrek.
What are we doing? That did sound like
sometimes,
Shrek.
that's like Sopranos and Shrek right there. I get a little, because I speak quickly sometimes, I think I get a little bit of that, because then I will be animated, which is one of the reasons why I chose radio, because I'm not great at controlling my hands.
Same.
So I do get that a little bit, but I never ever had. Not many people ever say, yo, you have that New York accent, like you guys. Like, I have friends who are straight out of Central Casting for some of those television shows, whichever ones they might be. and like, I hear it when I'm around them. If I go, to visit my mother, or any of them come out here, or we meet someplace, I really hear it. And they're all like, a lot of people say, like, did you work on this because you're a broadcaster? I'm like, no, I just never really had it.
But I don't think of you. It's not like the Brooklyn or Queens, like hard city accent, but just more of a general, a little bit more East Coast than not.
An East Coast lilt, if you will. D. Smith, how are you, man?
It.
How are you? How's everything?
I'm good.
Good, man.
I'm good. I'm also relieved to know the players are still getting after it in the gas lab. So I had wondered about that, if that was just a generation of that I participated
you and
in.
PV ever go out in the day?
Yes, he did.
Once or twice.
He's got stories for days. I've heard all about them.
We do. And sometimes, we acted as agents of the club. I mean, Marty Caswell and I could tell you a story about taking Grady Little to the field one night when he was the manager of the Dodgers. And Man, he made a mess of that Sunday afternoon game. I can tell you that.
And it was your fault.
We poured quite a few redheaded sluts down his throat.
Whoa!
Yeah. And all I will tell you is I was so hungover, I woke up and the game had already started on Sunday.
And he was there managing. What is the
Wow.
recipe of that particular concoction?
Vodka, cranberry, and
I don't even know.
Something
It's gross.
Never heard of
it
that
just
one.
was. Like of all the things that you can drink at the field in particular, like that shouldn't be on the list.
no, you're absolutely. Do you get the like the bubble guts for big games like tomorrow? Like tomorrow's like
Yeah.
I was wondering
Yeah.
like what
Yeah.
do you
Yeah,
what
I'm
do
pretty
you go
excited
through?
about it.
I figured.
Yeah.
Jaeger,
I mean, it's
peach
a big
schnapps,
one, you
and
know?
cranberry juice, by the way.
Jaeger, peach schnapps, and cranberry.
Yeah,
I mean,
no thanks.
that will get you.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. And it was hilarious to wake this guy up. And he did do some things. And I remember we were doing that BP show, the BP show, the pregame show at the time. And I confided to Tim Flannery that we had done this. And he mentioned it on the next show. He's like, hey, we did a segment called 3 Up and 3 Down. He's like, oh, you guys are ups because you took Grady Little out and he totally screwed up the game on Sunday.
Genius.
When he was
Oh my
managing the
God.
Dodgers. So
Genius.
Yeah, ratted us out.
Genius.
Yeah, that's good.
So tomorrow,
huge.
huge game. Minnesota United's in second place. SDFC's in first place. But SDFC does have a bit of a cushion going into this game. This would be kind of the knockout blow if SDFC could win tomorrow, Darren.
100%. And, with 5 to go, including tomorrow, this is again, another opportunity for we soccer dorks to use the term. It's a 6-pointer, meaning that, you not only pick up 3 points, but you prevent the team in the rear view mirror from picking up 3 points at the same time. So, and I'm sure they're saying the same thing because, the swing, if SDFC wins, now, you're talking about going 8 up with 4 to play.
Yeah.
Which means you feel really, really good about securing that 1 seed in the Western Conference, which means that you will qualify for the CONCACAF Champions Cup next year, which is all sorts of money and opportunity. Minnesota's going, hey, we can cut this deficit to 2, and then anything can happen. Any combination of one bad result for us and one good result from them, and we're having a totally different conversation. So. Both teams have players coming off international duty. So, they have players who have been traveling all over the world. It's a rematch from a game in early June that SDFC won 4-2 in Minnesota. So there's a lot happening and there's only 2 more regular season home games to go, hard enough as that is to believe. So it is as big a game on paper as we have remaining in 2025.
When you go to Savant, Baseball Savant, and you put in a player and you compare him to another player and you look at their sliders, I'm looking at the sliders between these two teams. It's basically down the middle. I mean, it is like SDFC leads in possession, but shots 12.6 to 12.2, 4.8 to 5.1, 3.6 to 3.1. I mean, Darren, it's basically split down the middle. They win more aerial duels than we do. But other than that, like whatever that is, they win more aerial duels. Other than that, it's damn near right down the middle. It's crazy.
It is. I mean, there's one stat where they're polar opposites, though, and that is possession.
Possession.
SDFC prides itself as a possession squad. So, we've been 1 or 2 in the league in MLS all season long, and Minnesota doesn't care about this. Now, it's by design. They're just like, we don't care. We don't need the ball. You can have it. And they're 30th. So it's going to be one where SDFC is going to have the ball a lot. Minnesota prides itself in being really, really good defensively. They're one of the better teams in the league at goal prevention. So, it's going to be a challenge. And plus, I think you start thinking now about some of the home results. SDFC's got a ton of credit for what it's done away from Snapdragon Stadium, but the last 5 at Snapdragon Stadium, only 1 win.
Yeah.
And I had a chance to talk to our favorite guy, Mike Ivadas, earlier this week about that. And he's like, everyone's a little bit different. He also thinks sometimes people come in here with the mindset of just trying to like shut things down because, coaches in this league are kind of risk adverse, especially when they're playing away from home. Here's the thing, though. Minnesota doesn't have that luxury. They're the team that's chasing us. So they're going to have to bring the game. They're going to have to play it perhaps a little bit differently. So I think it sets up pretty well for San Diego. I do. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to have a big time feel, big sense of occasion to it. So it should be a good one at Snapdragon Stadium.
Yeah, even a draw really isn't good enough for Minnesota. So they're going to have to come out a little bit of their shell. It's funny, Darren, because as someone who used to just watch really like World Cup and the U.S. national team, I was like, I didn't care about possession. I was go home run ball. Landon Donovan gets out. You could possess the ball 3% of the game, but if you get 2 goals and win it, that's fine. And I thought, oh, those European snobs, they want you to control the ball the whole time. Now watching SDFC, it's like, oh, it's fun. Like our team has the ball like the entire time, and they're making these quick little passes back and forth, and then boom, they see an opportunity and they go. It really is a very beautiful form of the game.
Yes, it is the beautiful game, Ben. I love it when the light bulb goes up. So that is part of it, and it is strategic, and it is not only about wanting to, to make a million passes in a game, which we as broadcasters always love. And it also is about controlling the tempo, though. You want to control the pace of the game, and that means not only when you're trying to score goals, but it also means trying to prevent them from scoring goals. So, it's very purposeful. It's not just about, like you said, the snobbery of wanting to have the ball at your feet. It's about wanting to prevent them from having it. The less they can have it, the better off in theory you're going to be. Although, Minnesota does put that one to the test. So, it is going to be a really interesting chess matchup between the two squads.
Yeah, and, we talk a little baseball with Darren Smith, too. We got about 5 minutes left. You and I have been texting a lot about the identity, I think, offensively of the San Diego Padres. I think we all know that there's it's not great right now. They're not scoring a ton of runs, but for you, does that remain your biggest concern going into the last 2 weeks? And then, of course, the playoffs, which we are a 99% chance to make.
Yeah, I think so. By the way, I was listening to I love your line, Woodsy, yesterday on the round table where you said, I don't understand what's happening most of the time, to be honest
Correct.
with you. I thought that was such a great
When
line
I'm watching the game, sometimes I'm like, I don't understand this right now. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, I think, what's happening with Manny, obviously, is cause for concern. I mean, I think you guys are still talking to AJ later. Like, yes. I would love to know whose decision it is to just, hey, Manny, take a day, man. Like, he's even sort of said to the public, I should have taken a day. Well,
we'll take one now.
Yeah, but now the manager's like, well, can I do this when we're in a private? We love about Manny that he wants to play all the time. But, you do have to wonder, is it okay to put him on the bench? So anyhow, it's kind of a little bit of a pickle. I'm with you, though. I mean, I don't really know what this identity is. I mean, I guess from the outside, we all sort of saw the same thing at the trade deadline, which was AJ Preller's message was, guys, you did a good job getting us to this point. But here are the things I think that we need to add into this mix for us to go to the next level. Like, we're probably going to be pretty good enough that we're going to be, good into September and probably qualify for a playoff team, but we're not good at hitting homers. So here are a couple of guys that are going to help us hit home runs. And it's just been confusing. Like, it's just not, it just hasn't felt fluid with the new additions. What clearly I thought was the message, which is, this was good enough to get us to this point, but these are the things that are going to help us get to the next level. I don't know that we're going to get Fernando back. Maybe we will, but Jackson's going to come back. So I'm with you. Like it was kind of clear what the message was at the trade deadline, what the identity should be after that point, but it just hasn't looked that way for whatever reason since, has it?
Yeah, and as you probably heard if you were listening to the roundtable, the other thing that caused consternation was the back of the bullpen, which has been great. And I don't think anyone was intending any Robert Suarez slander. But for my money, if you have both guys available and the season's on the line, Mason Miller has to be out there. And that's not an insult to Robert Suarez, but I keep getting the sense, we saw it again last night when Robert Suarez got Mason Miller got 8-9-1 and Suarez got 2-3-4 in the ninth, that Mike Schultz not going to change that up probably now or in the playoffs. What do you think, Darren?
I trust Robert Suarez. Listen, gun to my head, you have to pick one. I probably, Ben, am with you, but, I also think there's the culture in the sport that sometimes, we think it's easy to put to the side, which is, this is the guy that's been here since we all arrived in Peoria.
Yeah.
And, this is the guy who's been given this role, and roles are really important. And we can get trapped here because we talk about, let's say like Luis Ariz, and changing things up. And he's been there since day one too. I think the bullpen stuff, I do trust Suarez still, maybe to my own detriment, but I I probably would side with you on that, but I am comfortable with Suarez as much as we've seen reasons to suggest maybe there's a better option out there.
Yeah, as you should be. I mean, again, Robert Suarez has really done nothing that should make you not trust him. He's been an all-star. He's been fantastic. The last 2 seasons, he gives up a home run like everybody does every once in a while.
Yeah.
Darren, have a great broadcast tomorrow night. We'll be pulling for SDFC, and we'll talk to you again next Friday.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Thanks, brother.
Darren Smith, he of the very slight accent of the East Coast. I catch him here every Friday morning at 7:35 with Ben and Woods, one of our favorite interviews of the week.
So slight that he didn't even know he had
didn't
it.
even know he had
didn't
it.
even realize. He never heard it before.
Placed it upon him.
Is that German I'm picking up? Or no, I've never heard that before. That was so good.
Where's your motherland?
That was so good.
All right, we will come back. Yes, it is a Friar Friday. It is no time to wait. AJ Preller is going to join us.
Morning, guys.
When we come back, president of baseball operations and general manager for your San Diego Padres, up next on 97.3 The Fan. Don't go away.
All right, we are halfway home on a Friar Friday. Ben Woods, 97.3 The Fan. We are also celebrating our sweet little angel, Paul Reindel's 35th birthday today. Happy birthday to the GOAT.
Thank you. And thank you both again. The gifts. The electric scooter.
Yeah, the electric scooter.
And the Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card.
89 upper deck.
Really unbelievable.
The holy grail of cards for Paulie.
I know you tell the story every holiday season about the Terminator guitar.
My dad gave me, yes.
What would the electric scooter version of that been? Because we got Paulie.
We got him a good one.
We
did. I mean, there's some crappy ones out there.
You guys, you helped me out last year too with the record player. You've been getting much better as our show and our friendship has gone on at listening. Because I was talking about, I was like, yeah, I'm going to get a scooter when we move.
I text Megan, I'm like, tell him to shut up about the scooter.
Stop looking at scooters.
Stop looking at scooters, man. And we just had to make sure we got it.
I'm sure they have like some $99
they do.
scooter.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
they do. They
could have gotten like the Target record player that's like the all-in-one.
Yeah, the one that within like the little box. But no, we got AJ Preller on the line. Is he
just
joining
calling?
in?
Just
Okay.
calling right now. I'll let Paulie greet him,
Okay.
and then we will get to our Friar Friday guest in just a moment. Of course, Padres 2-0 winners over the Colorado Rockies last night. They'll continue their series tonight at Petco Park at 6:40 p.m. 5:40 pregame show here on 97.3 The Fan. And joining us right now, the president of baseball operations for the San Diego Padres and general manager. Get right to him. It is AJ Preller on this Friday on 97.3 The Fan. Good morning, AJ.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Doing well. Now, this is the first time we've talked since Ben took a big dump on your trade deadline. So I hope maybe tensions have calmed down a little bit. You know, how
I had a measured reaction is what I had.
Has he apologized?
Has he apologized yet,
No,
AJ? That's
no,
the
I
question.
No, I just left one Higgins for another.
Oh,
did you?
playing with
Playing some
Sammy this
hoops?
morning? Yeah. It's funny how
just-
that always
just
seems to
left.
work out. I'm
Yeah,
clearly
so I just say I enjoy one of the Higgins brothers a little bit better than the other.
No,
hanging out with them.
I'm sure
Like,
you'd like
you
my
guys-
dad.
So do we. So do I.
You'd like my dad, my sister, my mother. You'd like them all better than me, AJ. I'm the least favorite member of the Higgins family for sure.
It's so good. Oh, it's
All
good.
right. I want to ask you a big picture question to start because I think this is kind of a tough one. Obviously, I know your team and your skipper and your players want to win every single game. You put yourself, Fangraphs 99% chance to make the playoffs at this point. But with 15 games to go, how important is it to try to chase down the Cubs or the Dodgers in order to get a home playoff series versus maybe giving your guys some extra rest? We know JP Series is coming up to start today to give the arms an extra day in the rotation to make sure that you guys, whether the game is at home or on the road in the first series, are fresh and feeling as good as possible going into the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I think the goal when we started the year is you start off with winning the division and then getting in the playoffs. So I think from our standpoint, we were in a position here with 15 left that we have a chance to do both. In terms of in a pennant race for the division title, and then I think we'd love to host a game here at Petco. So and be at Petco in front of our fans. We played really well this year. So Schulte and the group, we're constantly talking about what that looks like. And we understand this. Again, we're coming down the home stretch, but we've got a lot of players that are super motivated. They're going to be on the field. Everyone's playing a little banged up at this time of year. But in general, it's a fun time to be playing. Our guys feel that it's obviously what we set out for to start the season, and we're going to be looking to try to do everything we can here in the next 15 to win some games and put us in the best possible position to get to October and then hopefully win in October.
AJ, Manny Machado is my favorite baseball player, probably of all time. I have a lifetime friendship contract with him, meaning if he moves on from the San Diego Padres, we remain close friends. He's my guy. It's hard to watch him struggle. It is. It's just really hard when your favorite player is scuffling along. I admire so much his work ethic and the want to stay on the field every day. But the slump that he's currently in right now, I know you guys have talked to it. I know you've probably talked to him. Yeah, honestly, how hard would it be to get Manny to say, you're right, I need a day. I'm going to reset and just watch this game?
Yeah, I mean, again, like Manny loves to be in the lineup,
Yep.
and again, that's a huge part of your best guys wanting to be in the lineup for 162 games. I think Shilty, Manny, they've got a great relationship and a good feel for what he needs to do. Like any player, you're always going to get to a point where sometimes it's best to take a day, and again, I have a lot of trust in our group and coaching staff and Shilty and Manny to kind of figure out, hey, when is that time? And I know from that standpoint, it's there may be a time where you say, hey, it's important to get a day, but I also know Manny's he's out there yesterday at 2:00 early taking swings because he feels like there's a couple of things he wants to work on, and he gets that right. He's gonna be at the spot where he's been all year for us, which has obviously been a force in the middle of the lineup. So again, I think we have tons of confidence in Manny in terms of his ability to kind of judge where he's at. Does he need a day or not? I think more importantly, it's just getting himself into a spot mechanically and physically where it feels like he's, we have the player we're going to need here to win a championship. And again, I think, I have a lot of confidence and faith in Manny to get himself to that spot. You don't play as much as he plays, and over the years at the level he's played without, knowing himself really well and understanding the game. And, I know he's going to make good decisions with our group about what that looks like in terms of the next couple of weeks.
AJ, that was an eye-opening performance by Randy Vasquez last night. And I know the Rockies, aren't good, but he would have been good against anyone last night, no doubt about it. The 9 strikeouts, something we really haven't seen from him. What do you envision Randy's role now, heading into October possibly, and now his long-term future here with the San Diego Padres?
Yeah, I think Randy the last couple of years, has kind of been unsung hero, amongst the pitching staff and for our group and our team. He made a lot of starts last year and put us in position to win ball games, and the same thing again this year. So, he's a young pitcher that's still developing, and you got to have patience with those guys. And I think he's seen an opportunity here now, with post trade deadline, and an opportunity here to step up into a starting rotation spot, and he's responded really well. And then honestly, not as much of a surprise or a shock, because he's kind of been that guy the last couple of years in terms of quietly taking the ball and giving us a chance to win every time he does it. I think it's been one of the much needed. We've talked about the starting rotation all year. We've withstood some injuries, some different things we've seen really dating back to last year with Joe and Michael and Darvish and some other things. And you want to be in a spot here where we get to October and we have starters we can rely on. Been a good week from that standpoint to see what Pavetta did the other day against Cincy, and stepping up. He's been doing that all year and kind of even taking it to a different level. Obviously Michael King returning, Darvish having a really strong outing the other night, and then watching Randy yesterday. So I think it's we'll weigh it all out here every day. Shilty, Ruben, they're talking about the rotation and what's the best way to do it, kind of balancing what you mentioned earlier, giving an extra day rest here or there for the starters versus putting our best foot forward to win this division. And Randy stepping up is a nice piece of the equation for us, honestly.
Talking to AJ Preller here on Ben and Woods this morning. I had kind of a chicken in the egg scenario yesterday. We talked about the kind of the small ball that the team plays from time to time, a lot actually, like as far as bunting and sacrificing, about 50% more than other teams. And I wondered, I know you haven't scored as many runs as you would have liked. I know the fellas haven't scored as many runs as they would have liked. Is it a chicken or the egg thing? Are you not scoring runs because you play small ball, or are you playing small ball because you don't score a lot of runs? From your perspective as the GM, president of baseball ops, when you look at the identity of the San Diego Padres, is that something that you look at and say, we gotta figure out a way to score more runs and maybe slug more? And how does that happen with 2 weeks left in the season?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of, again, I think if you're going to win a World Series, you got to have a versatile offense that can do a lot. If you're going to be the best team in the world, and I think from our standpoint, we've talked a lot about having the ability to beat you any number of ways the last few years. I do think like playing at Petco, I think, again, there's places where you can hit the ball out of the park at Petco. What Petco doesn't do is it doesn't reward kind of the long fly ball, not well hit to the big part of the field. There's some other ballparks that we go around the league and, right center, left center, dead center, you don't quite have to square it up, especially at nighttime like you do at Petco. And I think that plays to like what championship offense looks like, which is, the ability to put pressure on the other team, beat you a lot of different ways. I think for us at times this year, it's been the fact that, if we're struggling to score some runs, you want to try to find a way to get your offense going. I think statistically, we talk about it internally. When we run and hit, when we start runners, when we, get bunts down, when we steal bases, we've won a lot of games in the games that we've done those things together. And I think, Tatis has always said, hey, small ball leading to big ball. I think that's the goal. And I think at times you look at your personnel, we feel like we have a lineup now that should be able to do, a lot of everything. And, I think that's what we're going to try to do here in the last couple of weeks. And that's, if the game calls for it, you want to be able to, move a runner and execute, a fundamental baseball play that usually leads to runs, especially in October when they're hard to come by. And you want to be able to hit a home run, and I think that's what Vic and the group talks about all the time. And, what that looks like to put yourself in those positions. And we've done it at times this year. We probably haven't done it enough overall as an offense. And, if we're going to win, my guess is we're going to do it more consistently here these last couple of weeks and into October.
AJ Preller, last week in this time slot, we had a good conversation with your skipper about valuing defense. And we all agreed that defense is important in Major League Baseball. But I wanted to ask you, how do you evaluate defense? Because, the eye test, the metrics that we see, things like outs above average and defensive runs saved, some will say that Manny Machado's not a very good defender. My eye test tells me he's one of the best. I know Mike Schilt talks about some of the internal metrics and how well Luis Ariz has played at first base. But how do you really balance all of that and determine, who are your best defensive players?
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's a combination of looking at some of the metrics that are out there publicly in terms of OAA and DRS and, our own internal system that we have that we look at. It's definitely an eye test component as well with, our scouting front office and an R&D group. Again, I think the value of defense, it's always important to play defense. Any sport, defense, having defensive players wins championships. We've talked a lot over the years about two-way players and, seeing guys like Tatis and Manny and others over the years having a, team full of shortstops, Ha-Sung Kim and Crony and guys like that. Sometimes the metrics, I think that, especially at first base, some of the first base defense over the years, we've seen Crony go over there and, I think internally we have him ranked evaluated as a, plus defensive first baseman and maybe the league or industry-wide metrics don't quite measure up there. But, again, it's always a balance. Like the last few nights, Schulte's, put Crony at short, Ariz at second. The good news, they played well defensively, and you also have to score. That's a huge part of the game is the offensive side. So, again, that's the ability to put a team that's complete on the field. I think you look at your personnel, at different times of the year, or as you go year to year. Sometimes you're going to be more of an offensive group. Sometimes you're going to be more of a defensive group. But if you're going to win, you need to have that balance and blend between the two, and that's what we're always searching for.
Well, good luck, obviously, these last couple of weeks of the season. So much still in play, and we're definitely hopeful and looking forward to a really fun October coming up for your ball squad. Thank you, AJ.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks. Talk soon.
Thanks, AJ.
There he is, AJ, the president of baseball operations for your San Diego Padres, with us here.
You forget what he was?
No, well, I want to get the title right because it's changed over the years. He was first
It has.
GM, then he was VP, like senior VP of baseball operations, and then he became president of baseball operations. So it's changed kind of over the years.
It has.
So I always have to remember what his current title is. I want to give the man his proper credit and due.
He's the boss.
Good stuff there. Good question. I thought about the small ball.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really good answer.
Yeah.
As well that AJ gave about the small ball, that you may be scoring less runs, but you're also winning those games when you're doing those things.
Yep.
It's kind of like, well, the point of the game is you want to score as many runs as possible, but ultimately you want to do that because you want to win games. And if that is leading to wins, that's something that they're valuing maybe a little bit more than we might metrically for the San Diego Padres.
Yeah, for sure. Doing the most with a really good point and taking us all out of our Padres silo that we live in pretty uncomfortably. Basically says, look, seems like every team is struggling, not just the Padres this late in the season. And there are guys going down. Who's the hottest team in baseball right now? Who's the hottest team?
Probably the Phillies.
The Phillies, and they've got it kind of figured. And
maybe
they lost.
The Giants, but they're both hot.
They lost the whole left side of their infield for a couple of weeks at least.
Oh, that was going to maybe turn them into a little bit of a downward spiral. No.
The Giant season makes no sense.
They really doesn't.
They were really pretty good.
Yes.
Then they traded for Rafael Devers and got so much worse. And then they traded away a bunch of their, key relievers and one of their key offensive players, and they got better again. Doesn't make any sense at all.
It really
really
doesn't.
This year.
It doesn't make sense. And what a series that we'll all look forward to watching in concert with the Padres tonight. When you're watching the Giants and Dodgers. I mean, these games are meaningful in September, and so that's a blast. That's what you want. And go Giants, I guess.
All right, we will take a quick timeout. Paulie, if you would lock the lines, we will have an opportunity for someone to play Take on Woods in our next segment with a chance to win our grand prize for the month, the trip to the Sphere, Las Vegas, to see the Eagles, the stay at the Venetian, the $100 gas card, all of it with our music trivia challenge coming up next. So call in about 2 or 3 minutes, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. We'll lock in a contestant. We'll play our daily game when we come back with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Quickly, gang, wanted to remind all of you that the September to Remember sales event is happening right now down at Sedano Ford in Lincoln and in La Mesa. Got a text from my buddy Derek last night. Said he just literally pulled into the parking lot at Sedano Ford and was looking to get a new Bronco. Pretty awesome. Can't wait to talk to him, see how his experience went. My guess is that it went pretty well. The best part of shopping local, you're treated like family. Ask my friend Manny Sedano, Marine vet, car matchmaker extraordinaire. This month, you could lease a Ford F-150 STX just $429 a month, or take advantage of the Got a Buck, get a truck with $1 down, get you a Ford Lightning just $324 a month, or a Ford Mach-E Select just $285 a month, both just $1 down. Or how about the epitome of luxury, the 2025 Lincoln Corsair Premier, just $449 a month. Take advantage of $7,500 dealer cash on the 2025 Lincoln Navigators. The best. I mean, those cars are incredible. Visit the biggest inventory in La Mesa at Sedano Ford and Lincoln Megastore. Don't miss the September to Remember sale going on this month at Sedano Ford and Lincoln. Don't forget, let them know Woodsy sent you. For more details about these offers, visit Sedano Ford or SedanoLincoln.com.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Thanks again to AJ Preller, and we can break down a little bit more of what we heard from AJ about balancing the desire to win the division versus.
Didn't sound like there was much balance, right?
No,
Sounded like they're going
but he also
for it.
did say they want to get some rest for starters, and that's why JP Sears is coming up tonight. We can kind of go over what we heard at the bottom of the hour. Right now, though, it is our last chance this week. Try to qualify someone for the trip to the Sphere in Las Vegas. Let's play Take on Woods. Take on Woods. It's brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and we have Cheryl with us this morning. Hello, Cheryl.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. All right, here's what is up. We've got 5 questions of musical trivia. First you, then Woods. And if you can beat or tie Woods, you will go into the grand prize drawing. You'll be number 3 this month to qualify for the trip to see the Eagles at the Sphere Las Vegas, 2 tickets to the show on January 30th, a 2-night stay at the Venetian Resort, a Vibey VIP package, and a $100 gas card. You can get your tickets for the Eagles at the Sphere at Ticketmaster.com. Pretty exciting. And to give you a bit of an advantage, we will let you pick the category. Here are your choices. You've got the parts. Those are 5 song titles with either part or a part in the title. We've got songs about somebody. Those are 5 2-second songs, all including the word somebody in the title. And we have a mystery category, which means the 2-second song is a 1-word title that will appear in all of the other 4 answers. So, Cheryl, you've got the part, songs about somebody, or the mystery category. Which would you like to play?
How about the one with the part?
Part. All right, you've got the part. So we got 5 song titles with either part or a part in the title, one or the other. You'll have 60 seconds to answer as many as you can. If you don't know one, say pass. We'll come back to it if there's time left on the clock at the end. The first question, just the first one's the 2-second song. Paulie will play some music. You need to give me the song title with part or a part in it and the artist to score that one. Got it?
Yep.
Got it. All right, Cheryl, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. Again, the categories, you've got the part. Your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck. Let's take on Woods.
Little Terrace Apart, Joy Division.
Correct. The chorus to which In Excess hit goes, I was standing, you were there, two worlds collided.
Pass.
Which 1985 number one hit by Stevie Wonder tells the story of a man cheating on his wife, only to find out in the end that his wife is also cheating on him?
Part-Time Lover.
Correct. The early 1980s hit Separate Ways by Journey is also known by which subtitle listed in parentheses on the album?
Pass.
Make a Wish, Baby for Ambrosia, who reached the top 5 with which 1980 yacht rock classic?
Pass.
The chorus to which In Excess hit goes, I was standing, you were there, two worlds collided.
Never Tear Us Apart.
Correct. The early 1980s hit Separate Ways by Journey is also known by which subtitle listed in parentheses on the album?
Biggest Part of Me.
Incorrect. Make a Wish, Baby for Ambrosia, who reached the top 5 with which 1980s. And that one was the biggest part of me. Trying to get maybe some help there. Didn't work in the end, but you did get 3. You got Love Will Tear Us Apart by Joy Division. Never Tear Us Apart, Part-Time Lover. Worlds Apart is Separate Ways. And then biggest part of me, 3. I don't know that's going to be enough. We'll see. Cheryl Woods will get the same 5 questions without the benefit of the category. 60 seconds on the clock. Woods, your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck. Let's take on Cheryl.
Oh, Level Tear Us Apart by Joy Division.
Correct. The chorus to which In Excess hit goes, I was standing, you were there.
Never Tear Us Apart.
Correct. Which 1985 number one hit by Stevie Wonder tells the story of a man cheating on his wife, only to find out in the end that his wife is also cheating on him.
Pass.
The early 1980s hit Separate Ways by Journey is also known by which subtitle listed in parentheses on the album?
Someday Love Will Find You.
Incorrect. Make a Wish, Baby for Ambrosia, who reached the top 5 with which 1980 yacht rock classic?
Make a Wish, Baby. I don't know.
Go back to the other one.
Sweet Taint. I have no
Incorrect.
idea.
Which 1985 number one hit by Stevie Wonder tells the story of a man cheating on his wife, only to find out in the end that his wife is also cheating on him?
Tear apart. Something tear apart. Tear me apart.
No. Guess what, Cheryl? You've won 3-2. Congratulations. You are into the grand prize
Started
drawing.
hot.
The category was called You've Got the Apart. So part or apart in all titles. That's Part-Time Lover by Stevie Wonder.
Lover.
Worlds Apart is Separate Ways. Yeah. And The Biggest Part of Me by Ambrosia.
Separate Ways is my favorite Journey song by far.
Worlds Apart.
That's the one. Someday love will find you. This song rules.
All right, stay on the line, Cheryl. Paulie will get
Nice
your
work,
information.
Cheryl.
And you are number 3
Congratulations.
into the drawing for the Eagles
Friday.
at the Sphere.
I can barely talk or speak, so I'm right there with you.
Quit making excuses.
Part-time taint. Yeah.
Winners find solutions.
That's true.
We will
I'm not going to alibi that performance.
Come back. We can talk about some of the rest of the results in Major League Baseball and more on AJ Preller's visit from earlier this hour. All coming up next on San Diego's number 1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
We're making some plans this weekend. Might I invite you to include 7 Mile Casino in your plans? If you like playing cards and you haven't been to 7 Mile Casino yet, you're missing out. It's fantastic. It's an upscale. It's friendly. The dealers know what they're doing. The chairs are comfortable. It's cool. It's comfortable. You've even got a view there on San Diego Bay. It's just a spectacular place to play cards.
Oh, man. And with a homestand in town, right? You can go down pregame, postgame. Great place to go. Just 7 minutes from Petco Park. Right after the game lets out, you can head right down. You can grab a late-night meal, sit down, play some California-style blackjack, keep the good times rolling at 7 Mile Casino.
This weekend, you can also try the award-winning brunch at Sammy's at 7 Mile. It is voted number 1 best brunch in the South Bay. Saturdays and Sundays only, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And, of course, it's a short drive. You're not going out into the East County, 45 minutes, and then 45 minutes back. You hop on the 5, get off at E. If you're going south, stay on the west side. That's Bay Boulevard. You're pulling right in and playing cards. Minutes away, 7 Mile Casino from downtown.
player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
All right. Did you get Cheryl's information, or is she still sitting there?
She's still on
All
hold.
right. Hang on, Cheryl.
I'll get you
your
right now,
information.
Cheryl. Sorry about that.
Congratulations on winning Take on Woods. We'll have a new batch of categories and games next week with more opportunities to qualify for the Sphere in Las Vegas and the Eagles. This hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by Staples. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 9/13. Save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples. I just talked to AJ Preller at the top of the hour, and he said, when I asked him about, pursuing the Dodgers and Cubs to try to get that home series, clearly the Padres want to play at home. There's a number of reasons. I think the biggest one is Padres have been much better at home this year.
Not
over
lately,
20
but yeah.
games above 500 at home.
Yeah.
5 games under 500 or so on the road. They've been better. Yeah, lately it hasn't been quite as good.
No.
Baltimore Orioles got swept at home, but I don't think you throw everything out the window and just go, oh, no, wait, we're a road team now. Let's just go ahead and be happy with a road playoff series. But he also said, when we show up at spring training, the goal is to win the division, not to just get the wild card. We want to win our division.
And it's right there. I mean, it really is right there for the first time in a long time. And you're going to need some help, certainly, but you've gotten some help. And you've kind of floundered when you got a bunch of help, and there's nothing you can do about it now. So you have to go onward and upward, Benny.
I think he does realize, though, that the worst scenario is you play like heck all the last 2 weeks.
Yes,
you
like
win
heck.
Just like heck.
And you just win a ton of games.
Big steaming pile of heck.
But you wear out your players and you don't catch the Dodgers because you don't control that. You need help, as you said. And that's out of your control. So unless you win every single game, and even that doesn't guarantee that you win the division, is it worth, exhausting your players down the stretch to do so? But there's a balance.
There is a balance. And, your job as a baseball player in a team is to win baseball games. And I don't think you can fold up the tents just because you have a 99% chance of making the playoffs. It's not football. where you clinched and you got 2 games left. Like, hey man, I'm not even going to play. There's no good reason to run me as the starting quarterback out there because we've clinched the playoff spot or we won the division or whatever. Like, I think that, your job is to go out there and play each game with the same passion and intensity that you have the entire season and let the chips fall where they may. You don't have to send Mason Miller out for 2 innings. You don't have to send Robert. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, the guys who are in there are going to try to win every game. It's just a question of, do you let your guys in there? How much do you use Mason Miller?
I don't think you
How much do you use Adrian Morejon down the stretch?
Like I said, I don't think you do anything out of the norm. And that's when I think teams get in trouble is like, hey, I mean, unless it's literally like, if we win this game tonight, we win the West, that's a different story.
You also asked him about Manny Machado and potentially taking a day off. We didn't really get an answer. Is that going to happen? I will give you my prediction. Unless Manny locks in tonight or tomorrow, I bet he gets Sunday off.
Correct. I feel the exact same way.
Because that Monday's an off day.
Yep.
That would be 2 full days off. Give him the day game after the night game, the day off, and then he comes back Tuesday morning and Tuesday evening, and see how it goes. In New York against the New York Mets.
It's a good call.
That's what I kind of expect to see. He'll be in there tonight, be in there tomorrow, and if it's another offer or just looks a little ragged at the plate, Sunday is an off day.
Yep.
Hopefully going for the sweep. You're like, okay, we've banked 3.
Yeah, we banked 3.
Let's see
Series
if we
win.
Let's see if we can get one more with you Darvish on the mound and beat the Rockies one last time and give Manny a day off and Monday off and hotel in New York. Just clear your mind and then come back on Tuesday against the Mets. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
I could be 100% wrong, but I feel like that's where we're kind of headed.
Well, I think that makes a tremendous amount of sense. So I think, but again, like if he goes out and figures it out tonight and starts smoking the ball, he's not going to want to go
3
out.
for 3.
He's like, I'll just wait. I'll take my Monday off.
4 for 4.
Right.
Yeah, it's not taking Sunday off. I mean, he wants to figure out whatever's going to get him going.
Yep.
But if it doesn't happen, I would see Sunday as being a logical day off for Manny Machado.
Doing the most. This is, I can't play one full game of baseball. Imagine 162 of them.
It's harder than you'd think.
I think about it all the time. Paulie got hurt last week in our game. I had to go play third the whole game. I was the whole week. Oh my God, this sucks.
Tweaked my shoulder or something on like the second inning.
Yeah, I'm like,
we're already. We had like 10 guys, so we were already bare bones.
I'm gonna go play third the whole game.
I was like, you're gonna hate me. I am so sorry.
I was done. I was done. I've been done all week. My feet hurt. My back's killing me. All of it. It's just really difficult.
They're great athletes.
They are.
They're well trained. They're well tended and cared for. They have the best in terms of recovery, but they are still human beings, and there are limitations physically. And you can't just compare it to football as well. It's not football, or you're not getting, tossed to the ground, and you're not getting hit by a 260-pound linebacker. It's still physically taxing to be on your feet all day. I mean, it's physically taxing if you work in a toll booth and have to stand all day taking, coins. I don't think they do that anymore. It's all automated at this point. But, it's physically taxing to do what they do every single day with almost no days off.
$1.25 pop. Yeah, it's really, really difficult to work in a toll booth.
Can you imagine how difficult that would have been?
In the year 2025.
Any year. Seems like a nightmare job. You're standing all
People
day.
throwing money at you all day.
Ow. Where do you get your bathroom break? Where even is the bathroom?
Where is the
I
bathroom?
have no idea.
These are the questions I want
Bridge is closed, guys. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I wonder.
All right, we'll check traffic. Take a look at what else went down around Major League Baseball last night. Coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Islands Restaurant. A couple things to let you know about. Crash blocking in 2 left lanes, North 805 before Imperial. Tow truck is on scene assisting with that. And someone's dropped a box spring in middle lanes on Northbound 5 right before Old Town. Islands Restaurants, summer refreshment, paradise ambience, and the best burgers in town, like the Big Wave with cheese and fresh cut fries. $10 now for a limited time only. Visit one of our Islands Restaurants throughout Southern California today. Dine in only. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station. 97.3, The Fan.
Am I led to believe that you don't know what Toll Booth Willie is?
I do not know what
You don't know what Toll Booth Willie is?
I do not.
Paulie. One more trade from AJ Preller. Ben Higgins for Sam Higgins this offseason.
AJ would be on every day.
He would be so happy. And I would have so much inside scoop because they play basketball.
Yeah, they're
together.
basketball buddies.
Yeah. It's crazy. I thought you would get more scoop because your brother plays with him, but no, we don't
Possibly
really get much
less.
scoop. Possibly less.
I'm still working on
less.
getting AJ out with the tier 1s on Tuesday nights
play, it would be
regularly.
elite.
But I promise you, if that ever happened, yeah, I'd share some information with you that
Right.
if I had it.
If you had it. But you really don't know Toll Booth Willie.
I do not know Toll Booth Willie.
We are the same age. Adam Sandler put out that comedy record many, many years ago. Toll Booth Willie was on it. You didn't listen to it.
I did not.
So you don't know.
I'm not an Adam Sandler fan.
You don't know the
I've
longest
never been.
P or anything like that.
No.
Man. They're all going to laugh at you. You don't know that?
They're all going to laugh at you.
Oh, my God. All right.
No.
Another brilliant reference goes unnoticed in the Ben and Woods program. I'll play it for
You've
you.
got
like
tier
it.
ones. They all got
They
it.
got the
You
joke.
can feel
That's true.
satisfied
I
that
want
they
you
got the
to
joke.
feel it, though.
Sorry.
That's all right.
We mentioned that the Phillies completed their mop of the Mets. Did you see how it happened?
They were up
the Mets scored four in the first inning.
Yeah.
And then never got another base runner again. 25
God.
straight outs recorded by Jesus Luzardo and the Phillies as they came from behind.
So they left Luzardo in to pitch. He gave
a four and then didn't give up anything. Just
bore
like
down.
turned. I mean, you never think that's going to happen.
Right.
Like, okay, can you wear it and give us a few? You're down 4-0. Wear it and give us at least 3 or 4 innings before we get to the bullpen. He was great after that. It just sometimes happens where a pitcher struggles in the first inning, figures it out, locks in, and goes. And that was the extreme example yesterday for Jesus Luzardo as the Phillies won again. They have now pulled within 2 games of Milwaukee for the top seed. Not that it's a huge difference, but the difference between 1 and 2 is you play, the home field advantage in the championship series. If you do get there, it would be in Philadelphia rather than Milwaukee if they could pass the Brewers. But you both get a bye in the first round and you face the winner of a wild card series. So it's kind of the same, but something to play for because the Phillies and the Brewers are pretty far ahead at this point, comfortably cruising toward the playoffs and a bye in the first round.
Okay. I kind of black out when you start talking about the scenarios. I'm just
do?
going to be honest with
Really?
you. Yeah, I do. I black out because I can't really follow.
Well, I black out when you give references that I don't understand, like Toll Booth Willie. What am I saying? I don't know what.
I'm coming out of the booth.
What am I supposed to do with that?
When he starts spinning those scenarios, my eyes glaze over. I'm like, I want to understand. I'm just a game by game guy, though. You know how that goes.
No scenario here. Just a well pitched game by Kevin Gossman. Complete game 2-hitter. Blue Jays shut out the Astros 6-0. But with the Mariners winning in extra innings again, guess what? There's a first place tie now.
Yes, they with a walk
in
off.
the American League West.
6 in a row for the M's right now, feeling real good.
Yeah, they were
real good.
They were struggling for a while, and then you know what? Flipped the switch and turned it back on. Now they're
That
playing
must
at
be
home.
nice to just flip the switch and win 6 in a row.
It could happen to the Padres.
It could.
It happens
It
all the
could.
time. It just happened to the Mariners. Now the Astros have to worry again about behind them.
Yep.
Texas Rangers are what? Game and a half back?
They
Or
are
2 games
two
back?
games back.
2 games back of both the Mariners and the Astros.
They've won 4 in a row.
I mean, they're still in contention for the division
Yep.
title, for the wild card.
The
Texas Rangers is going to be the AL West is going to be probably the most interesting division over the last couple of weeks of the season.
Yeah, Astros, Mariners tied. Rangers 2 games back in the division. Tigers running away with the AL Central, certainly.
Guardians still kind of alive. They
3
won
and a half
again,
back.
3-2 over the Royals yesterday. And the Yankees got 2 home runs from Aaron Judge. He tied Joe DiMaggio for 4th on the Yankees all-time list with 361
Pretty good.
career home runs in a 9-3 win over the Detroit Tigers in some limited action yesterday in Major League Baseball.
Yes, sir.
Also had first football game of week 2 of the NFL season last night. I really did not watch a ton.
I was going to be completely transparent and let everyone. I forgot that it was on. I legitimately forgot because I
didn't forget.
I was dialed
It was a good game, but the Packers were clearly better than the Commanders. Playing at home, Jordan Love was good again. 292 yards, 2 touchdown passes. Did see Austin Eckler.
Yeah, I saw that
the
highlight,
old
low light.
non-contact Achilles injury in the fourth quarter of the game yesterday. I haven't seen an update yet today, but
it's not good.
That
Dan
looks
Quinn said.
very much like out for the season, based on what that sort of injury was. But Packers and Micah Parsons impact right away for the Green Bay Packers. You can say they gave up a lot, 2 first-round picks in the trade with the Cowboys, but they got a lot as well. One of the best pass rushers in the game. Jaden Daniels couldn't really do much when they dropped back and Micah Parsons was coming. There was not time for him to get anything significant off. Was averaging less than 5 yards per play, got sacked, got hurried a bunch of times. Real impact yesterday by Micah Parsons in just game 2 with the Green Bay Packers.
And I'm excited for your 9:20 segment, the Ben's Super Sexy Saturday Stinkfist schedule. Get us dialed in for college football.
A little better than
better
last week, which was kind of
rough.
Kind of a not great schedule. There's some better options this week, although I wouldn't call it anywhere near as good as week 1.
Who's the backup quarterback for the Niners? Because Brock Purdy, I saw, is out. I
think the Niners are also asking that question.
They don't know either. I thought,
When we let you know, we'll let you know.
3 weeks at least for Brock Purdy with a hurt toe. Who is their backup?
I think they are actually shopping around. Now, who's the actual guy who's been backing them up in camp right now? Is Mac Jones.
Mac Jones. Wow. I have not heard that name in a while.
But I think they would like to try to upgrade that.
I would think so.
I'm not sure who's really available, but that's obviously a bigger,
Huge.
I mean, team that was devastated by injuries last year, was expected to be, Super Bowl contender. Christian McCaffrey was hurt. Everyone was hurt last year. And now they're starting the season the same way. George Kittle is on the IR. He's out until at least October. And now Brock Purdy going down for what they believe is going to be not just one game, but potentially several weeks as well, is not the way that San Francisco 49ers fans were hoping to start the season. That reminds me, though, one of my favorite 49ers fans called me yesterday with a pretty wild story. Friend Matt Janella, who filled in for you one day when you were off in London, is a 49ers fan, but giant Padres fan as well. And he travels a ton. He's a world traveler, goes everywhere, and loves the round table. He said, I was listening to the round table. I decided to give you a call. But the reason I have extra time to listen to the round table, I was rushing to make a flight and running through the airport terminal. And I run up to the gate and the person says, oh, you just made your flight. We're boarding now. And he goes, I thought the flight wasn't for like 20 minutes or so. It was good. No, you're boarding. Get on right now. So he gets on the plane and they take off and they land. And he was supposed to be flying to Orange County.
What?
Because he lives up in Orange County, Santa Ana, SNA, John Wayne Airport. They thought he was going to SAN. And he said, welcome to San Diego. He goes, wait, I'm not going to San Diego. He got on the wrong plane to the wrong airport. Now,
they're like, close enough.
Could have been a lot worse. Rented a car and just drove back up to Orange
San Antonio
County.
Yeah, dude.
San Salvador. I mean, you could have gotten much worse option.
Santo Domingo, Sao Paulo.
Technology made that impossible.
He's like, I thought this was like a 45-minute flight.
How does that happen in the year 25? It makes me a little nervous to fly.
I was very
You're
surprised.
close enough. Go.
I was very surprised.
What an awful feeling.
I know. He didn't realize until they kind of announced, welcome to San Diego. Wait, I wasn't
not
going to San Diego.
This happened to him yesterday?
Yesterday. All right, we'll come back. Paulie's got a Rindle report, a birthday Rindle report for Paulie coming up next. Final hour of Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Well, that didn't go all that well.
That was horrible.
We just tried to get
very,
Ben.
very bad.
We tried to teach you how to ride Paulie's new electric scooter that we got him for his birthday.
I mean, I would have thought that it couldn't possibly be that hard. Everyone else does it so easily. Like if we had gone out like in Philly,
and grabbed
and rented scooters, and you said, "Oh, it's fine, it's hopped on," I would be dead.
You would have died.
I would have died. I would have driven right into a train or an Uber, and I would be dead right now if I hadn't known and what I know now that I can't ride a scooter. I'm glad I found out in the safety of the Odyssey hallways. At least I didn't crash it or wreck it.
Yeah, we found a nice straightaway for
straightaway.
you, and we said, "All right, here's your throttle, here's your brake. You just, give it one little kick, get it going, and then just lightly pull down on the throttle. You start moving."
Did not either of you have the same issues the first time you got on?
Never once.
Nothing.
The minute I got on my
A
very
bird
first
scooter,
bird,
a Lime scooter.
I
whatever those were.
thought to myself, this is what heaven is. Scootering around downtown San Diego. I go, this is truly everything this is everything I've ever wanted.
This is the greatest thing that ever happened to the city.
It's not a moped. Yes. I don't have to pedal. I go, this is the best thing that's ever happened to our city. And I've loved them ever since. My wife and I, when we went on our honeymoon to Paris, we saw in one day like 14 miles that normally I would have had to walk. And we scootered all around the city. It was the time of our lives. The time of our lives. I mean, it was
do like the idea of not having to walk, but I would be terrified on city streets. Cobblestones.
We did run into some cobblestones.
That really
old
sounds
Parisian
awful.
street.
This scooter looks like it's got pretty thick wheels.
It's thick.
Good. Like it shouldn't have any problems with some bumps or cracks in the sidewalk.
It is a beauty, man.
That was a blast, but Ben made it went about 3 feet and ran into a chair.
A chair, and then you panicked.
Yeah, I was panicking.
You panicked, and you had to put your feet down.
Imagine
to run.
holding onto the handlebars. We're like, just keep it steady, and as soon as you started moving,
meth hands. You had full meth.
Yeah.
It was not. So that's probably the last time we'll make you do that.
Thank you.
You don't have to do that again.
Definitely not fun.
So if we go somewhere, because we're going to play,
I'll just walk. It's fine.
Well, Paulie and I will zip around.
Yeah, you run
we
circles
just do
around
circles
me.
around.
Yes,
Let's go!
Ooh, take your scooter to spring training.
Oh, I will.
I'm sure Schilt will love to see you and me just flying around the
zipping
complex.
around the complex. I'm sure
I'll just get a pedicab.
They will love it.
Follow along.
Yeah, your balance was the thing, and then you panic. You panic.
Never been a good balance person.
You play golf. You have to have elite balance to play golf.
There's no motion involved in golf.
But
I also have you seen my footwork in golf? I'm Scotty Scheffler-esque in terms of all over the place. It's definitely never been my strength.
Scotty Scheffler-esque?
You're Scotty Scheffler-esque.
In golf, in terms of my ugly footwork. He has the ugliest footwork on tour.
He does.
Now,
you don't know how he's so good.
Greatest golfer on the planet right now. He's like dances all over the place. It's everything your golf pro, when you took lessons, told you not to do. Is what Scotty Scheffler does.
Yeah, don't watch him.
I mean, now it's different. Now guys are actually trying to emulate him because he uses that to generate more power, and it's great. But that is not the old school way of playing golf, is the way that he does it.
I'm really surprised that you didn't pick that up.
You're not surprised. You can't be surprised.
I'm surprised at how bad it was,
I am
to
too.
be honest.
We got a little video.
Yeah, of course you do.
Yeah.
All right, Paulie, Randall Report. Let's get to it.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Rindle Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Rindle Report with Paul Rindle.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Rindle Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right. Happy Friday, gentlemen.
All right.
We're almost there.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Happy birthday.
All right.
Paul. Happy birthday, Paul.
Thank you. So I was going to replace one of my stories because we did just talk about the Thursday night game. I don't have anything more to add to it.
All right.
Then we watched Ben miserably fail at trying to ride a scooter during the whole commercial break. So one quick story. We talked about the Mariners winning last night, and they went on to win 7-6 in 12 innings. Part of the reason it went to extra innings was because Mike Trout finally snapped his longest home run drought of his career.
It was a skid.
28-game homerless streak for one of the greats.
It's
Mike
funny
Trout.
because he's had the longest homerless drought of his career. Fernando Tatis Jr. had the longest homerless drought of his career earlier, and Ellie De La Cruz is on the longest homerless drought of his career. There's something in the water, the air this year in Major League Baseball. But then other guys,
balls, maybe.
Other guys like Cal Raleigh can't stop hitting home runs.
Yeah. Did he get he hasn't hit the record yet, has he?
No, I think he's still on
One
53.
away?
Still one away from Mickey Mantle,
Yep.
switch hitter. Yep.
Yeah.
He's going to get there. It's 2 weeks left.
I think.
One would guess.
All right. And then we're just going to move on because I saw this story when I was perusing the old prep service, and I thought, ooh, okay, we have I never know if we've done this on the air or we've talked about doing it on the air, and maybe we did it off the air, but movie villains that you don't really think about as villains. We've talked about it a ton. And so they had a story today. Are the main characters of these movies the real villains?
Correct.
And it's the unlikely person that you think about.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, normally it's like, oh, Hannibal Lecter is the villain in Silence of the Lambs, right?
there's
Okay.
a few on this
The
list
villain.
that I never even thought about.
Right.
We'll start with number 7. I think I would argue number 7 is number 1. And this one I do believe we have talked about on the show. It's Pam from Meet the Parents.
She's the literal worst.
And
The
here's-
actual worst.
Here's their description. Pam Burns. She sets up Greg, Ben Stiller, for failure by putting him in awkward situations like telling everyone how he hates cats.
Correct.
Letting him sleep in
Yeah,
so that
let's
he
go to
looks
my-
lazy.
Let's go to my ex-boyfriend's house, and then I'll do old bits that I used to do with him in front of you. Is that cool? We'll play on opposite teams. I'll be, hey, great job, Iceman. Ha 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 ha. She sucks. I would have, and then she's like, oh, you lied about everything. You lied about the M-Cats, Greg. He's like, I didn't lie. You were with me.
You know I did it.
You know I did it. And
I realized that when I was watching that movie as well.
I
She was
hated
the
it.
worst.
She was
Just
the worst.
Now the movie
worst.
doesn't work unless she's kind of the worst.
Correct.
If she's defending him the whole time, and
No, Greg is afraid of the ball.
Yeah, Glenn, it's Greg. Greg is afraid of the ball. That right there, I go, you know what? This is over. I'm out. I get up out of that pool.
I'm wearing your ex-boyfriend's Speedo because you didn't tell me to pack a bathing suit.
Correct. And I lost my luggage. It is. She makes me so mad in that movie. And I look at her, I go, she does not deserve that guy. He is too nice. Too
We'll
nice.
skip number 5, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Ferris.
They say Ferris is the villain.
Huge villain.
Manipulative,
Yes.
deceitful, and irresponsible.
100%. The
But-
Ferrari?
But
Come
when you
on.
watch the movie, you don't
No,
I'm
necessarily
so
view
Cameron,
it.
and you're so Ferris.
I would never make you take your dad's Ferrari out. Even I'm not that much. I couldn't bring myself to do it. I couldn't do it. I could not do it.
Now, this one's interesting. Number 4, Daniel Hillard, Robin Williams, and Mrs. Doubtfire.
Ooh.
Never would have thought about it
Okay,
in
let's
this light.
let's break it down when I have an open mind.
Here's
about
what they say. Daniel Hillard. He violates a court order, tricks his ex-wife into letting him back into the house, and manipulates her new boyfriend.
He's very mean to Pierce Brosnan.
He's
very,
extreme.
very
Almost
and
kills
Pierce
him.
is not a bad.
He's
dude
not a bad guy at all
in that movie.
Not even a little. He's
And
supposed
Sally
to be.
Field is good mom, trying her best, working hard.
So, and so your wife's hot button is messes. You have a petting zoo in your home, and then you're mad that she kicks you out. If that was me, and I know that would be her hot button. If she said, because we don't have a lot of people over. If she showed up from work and there were 40 of us drinking beers, having fun, playing dice or whatever, she'd lose her mind. And I would expect to be kicked out of the house. I would. I'd be like, wow, yeah, this is what I did it. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, I didn't think about it. I'm like, yeah, you could absolutely spin that.
Your heart breaks for him because he loses his kids and stuff. But yeah, maybe he is a little bit of a villain.
Well, and you kind of learn at the end it is sort of true because he does kind of clean up his life completely in
Correct.
the end to make it where he should have been at the beginning. So
Yeah.
he does go through some growth.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3, You've Got Mail, Tom Hanks.
I don't remember it.
He's a ruthless superstore guy who's ultimately destroys the local business owner's family bookshop.
I don't remember.
I don't remember the movie. I haven't
now.
seen that movie in a while. I don't remember it enough to view him as the villain, but
Is Grandpa
That's Meg
Joe
Ryan-
Bucket on
Meg
here?
Ryan and Tom Hanks in that
yes,
one?
yeah.
Is Grandpa Joe Bucket on here?
Funny you should ask, Woodsy.
Number two.
It's Grandpa Joe.
Grandpa Joe's a two.
They said Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Grandpa Joe. He stays in bed for 20 years, then has the strength to jump out and dance.
Once he gets a bunch of free stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Then at the factory, he convinces Charlie to break Wonka's rules, which endanger his life.
Right.
And almost cost him the entire factory that Charlie was going to get if he had just behaved himself the whole way.
Yeah. Yeah, Grandpa
But
Joe's.
Charlie really
coming
adores
home.
his Grandpa Joe.
Well, that's what happens. That's
He
what
adores
happens.
Charlie coming home to his grandpa, though, who hasn't moved in 20 years, and he basically hits the lottery.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's like, hello, baby,
hello,
hello.
my baby. And he's juggling.
I've got a golden ticket.
The worst grandpa of all time.
And then number one, this one's fascinating. I don't know if these were ranked or not, but number one here on this list, Lloyd Christmas from Dumb and Dumber.
Ooh.
They say he conned a blind kid into buying a dead bird.
He did.
And his thoughtlessness usually ends in others getting hurt.
I did think, so when you think about the title, Dumb and Dumber, I always thought Harry was dumb and Lloyd was dumber. Right? I think he did more. Harry did steal.
I would have thought it was the other way around.
Harry did steal his girl, though, that he was in love with. He did. He went out on a date with her.
Lloyd gets him back, though.
But wait.
Which one happened first? Because he puts the X-Lax in the coffee.
Well, but Felcher from Cranston,
that was
from Cranston. Yeah, Lloyd stole Harry's girl first. Okay,
yeah,
I get it. Felcher from Cranston, Rita Felcher from Cranston.
I don't know. She wrote she wrote me some John Deere letter.
I wasn't really paying attention.
She said I don't listen to her. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention.
Satan's Blowfish says, wait, Willy Wonka has slaves and gives children near-death experiences, but Grandpa
true.
Joe is the real
That's a
hero.
really, 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 really excellent.
Who are the other? The other
Willy Wonka
unlikely
is a
villains?
problematic employer for sure.
He is. Yeah, that's a really excellent.
I mean, yes, he saved the Oompa Loompas from their terrible life in Loompa Land, but then they're forced to work in his factory.
He made them as slaves.
Yeah, he made them the slaves.
I would put one of my other favorite movies, I Love You, Man, Rashida Jones.
She should be
what's her
number
name
one
in the movie.
I don't remember in the movie, but he was Peter. Zoe was a nightmare.
Awful.
And she did not deserve Peter, who was the kindest, sweetest, most gentle soul alive. And her horning in on that Rush concert that he wanted to go to, that has bugged me since the minute I saw it. You go, can I bring Zoe? And then she's at Rush and she gets mad at him
angry
for
that he's having fun
that
with
he's
his
doing
buddy.
the bass.
Yeah.
She's a nightmare.
Talking crap at girls' night.
Yeah.
He walks in.
Peter doesn't have any friends. His best friend is his mom. She's a nightmare. Rashida Jones, Zoe. He doesn't deserve that guy.
Bruno adds Jenny from Forrest Gump.
Oh, the worst.
I mean,
come on.
Maybe the worst.
She's the worst. I saw the meme once.
If you had to pick a villain of that movie, there's no question it's her, though.
Right.
That's not like an unlikely.
There was a meme going around of her doing the peace sign out of the bus. Bye, Forrest. I'll be back when you're a shrimp billionaire and I have AIDS. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, Forrest, I'm this kid, he's yours, and you're gonna raise him.
Someone says Rose from Titanic. Everyone always says there's room on the door for the two of them, but honestly, she's a very sympathetic character before that.
She is, but she's like, sucks to suck as he's sinking down into the ocean. Man. Yeah, Jenny was a nightmare. That's great. This is great. I like this topic. And I stand by that Zoe and I Love You, Man. And remember, she used to do certain things with her ex Rodney. Rodney didn't like it, so she just stopped entirely. And Peter's like, well, I mean, I'm not Rodney, so if you would like to continue, pick up where you left off with Rodney.
But before that, I liked it.
Well, okay. I didn't say I'm enacting my inner Rodney here. Let's go, Peter. The pistol's a pleasure giver. Give it back.
Sweet Zoe.
Give it back. Megan,
and if you do,
today's Paul's birthday's this weekend. Paul's a pleasure giver. Okay. Give it back. You look uncomfortable.
I'm used to it at this point.
Just ready to go.
I'm used to it at this point.
Oh man.
That was great.
It's a good topic.
Great
It really
topic.
is.
Brilliant. How about Daniel and the Karate Kid? That's been
Daniel
made before.
LaRusso.
Yes.
The theory has been explained that it really everything starts when he at the Halloween party, pulls the bathroom
prank.
prank on the Cobra Kai guy.
Yeah,
John.
I think had he just disappeared after the beach incident, where he gets his ass kicked by Johnny.
Clearly the instructor at Cobra Kai.
Yeah, Martin Cove.
Yeah, bad dude.
Bad dude. Straight up.
No doubt
He's a
about
villain.
that.
But we knew he was a villain.
But his kids weren't necessarily all bad dudes.
Karate Kid's mom was a bit of a nightmare too. She didn't really care what he did, just about her work.
Well, single parent,
Single
just
mom.
tough.
It's tough.
Across
It's
the
tough.
country, moving for a job.
Yeah. That's great. This is a great topic.
Living in Reseda.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Or Encino. I forget which one. I think Reseda.
Reseda.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paulie. You're welcome. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank
the
you.
nerds in Revenge of
Apparently,
Nerds were
I
definitely the
don't-
villains, KG says.
Yeah.
Does anybody in this room know about donuts that were just delivered?
Oh, really? No.
I don't know.
didn't
I
hear
saw
that.
there was a bunch of something going on in the lobby, and then our engineer just texted us and said there's donuts for you guys.
Yes.
Donuts.
Got to go figure out who those are from.
Was that
Say
because
thank you.
yesterday's roundtable topic was what's your favorite donut?
Yeah, maybe.
You were chocolate glazed.
Or
Paulie,
bar.
what were
Chocolate
you?
bar. Chocolate bar. We're
Chocolate
both chocolate
bar.
bar guys, as you can tell.
Oh, I hope there's chocolate.
And I was
Donut.
cinnamon roll.
Yeah, which is not a donut.
Yes, it
It's-
is.
It's,
It's
is a
cinnamon roll
biscuit a donut?
Not a cinnamon roll, but a cinnamon roll donut.
I've never even seen a cinnamon roll donut.
Yes, you have.
No, a cinnamon roll is a cinnamon roll.
No, it's totally. There's a cinnamon roll donut.
Does it have
and
a
there's
hole in
cinnamon
it?
Roll. No.
Okay, so it's a cinnamon roll.
It's like it's a spiral.
Yes, that is what's referred to as a cinnamon
No,
roll.
a cinnamon roll is like a baked dish, not a fried dish.
Peterson's dropped off some donuts.
Oh wow, I mentioned Peterson's yesterday.
Oh,
That's
Peterson's?
fantastic.
Plugola.
All right. Well,
So
we're gonna
cake,
take a little
we
break
got
for donuts, and then we'll come back with Ben's sexy Saturday
Buntinis.
Stinkfist college football lineup
Can't
for
wait.
you coming up.
Oh, are you going to Papa Roach it? I think you should.
I can try, I
think you
guess.
should.
First, though, before I talk about and eat donuts, I'm talking about sdfatloss.com. You know what? You can actually. I mean, I wouldn't recommend doing it all the time, but I had some cheat days when I lost my weight. Went on vacation, ate a ton, got right back on track, still lost 40 pounds in 60 days, thanks to the amazing strategies and help I got from my coach, my counselor at sdfatloss.com. They can explain to you how you can lose up to 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 60 days. That's up to a pound of fat per day by eating real foods from the grocery store, from restaurants, chicken, steak, fish, vegetables, no shakes, no bars necessary. They're not asking you to buy their meals or any food at all. They're just coaching you to how to do it yourself and lose weight. I love that I was doing it myself. I love that it was effective. Get on the scale. What a motivator. You see that weight come off almost every single day. You're motivated to keep going. And then when you're done and you're not switching from, bars and shakes to real food, so much more sustainable. I've kept the weight off for 2 years. Yes, I've had some donuts in the interim, but it's much easier now for me to maintain my weight thanks to sdfatloss.com. No injections, no exercise necessary to lose the weight as well. Find out how it can work for you by setting up a free consultation at sdfatloss.com. And now only through the rest of the month of September, they tell me you better do it now. Use my name, Ben, when you go online and get $200 off the program at sdfatloss.com. That's sdfatloss.com. Results may vary.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Trying to bribe me with donuts. That'll work every time.
It works every time.
Thank you to the crew at Peterson's Donut Corner in Escondido, bringing by way too many donuts for the minimal staff we have on Fridays here at 97.3 The Fan. I had one of their pillows, which is basically their version of, have you ever heard of the cronut?
Oh, yes, I have heard of
I had
cronut.
one in New York when it was all the rage, when I went and visited my buddy. This one, really good version, though. It's like a croissant donut combination. Very, very good.
Still hung up on the cinnamon roll thing, though.
Cinnamon roll is a donut.
No,
it doesn't
it's
have to have a
different.
hole
It's
to be a donut.
It's different.
A bar is a donut. It doesn't have a hole. This is a cinnamon roll donut.
Cinnamon roll is a cinnamon roll. Is a biscuit a donut? I ask you.
It's not a cinnamon. I wish there was another name for it. It's much
It's
more
a
like
cinnamon
it's
roll.
an apple fritter without apple, essentially.
It's hence a cinnamon roll. Why are you so reluctant to call it a cinnamon roll?
Well, that's what they call it, but
because
it's
that's
not-
what it is.
But it's
what
not,
it is.
It's not like a Pillsbury cinnamon roll, which is like doughy and baked. This is fried and raised like a donut. It's just flavored with cinnamon, and it's shaped in a round circle that makes it look like a roll.
Do you peel it?
No, not really. You just
You
eat it.
You eat it? Okay.
Yeah, you just eat it like normal.
All right.
It's a donut.
It's not.
Still, though, the box, amazing. There was that one with Fruity Pebbles that always looks intriguing to me as well.
I grabbed a plain glazed, and it was outstanding.
Very solid.
Yeah. I don't feel any guilt.
It's Friday. No guilt Fridays.
Jimmy V says, I don't know how Woods doesn't know what Ben is talking about. I honestly don't.
Yeah,
I don't
snail
either. I know
shell.
what cinnamon rolls are.
It's shaped like a cinnamon roll.
Like a
but
snail
it's
shell.
done.
No, it's not. A cinnamon roll, well, I mean, it can be shaped like a cinnamon roll, but
What is it normally shaped like? A conch shell? It's not a donut.
It's a donut. It's not a cinnamon roll. It's a cinnamon roll donut.
You just said it's a cinnamon roll donut.
I know. That's what they call it. It is confusing sometimes. Like at VG's, they have both cinnamon rolls
and
cinnamon roll donuts, which are totally different things.
Are apple fritters donuts?
Yes. This is very much an apple fritter without apples.
All right.
A bear claw without nuts or whatever is in a bear claw. And just shaped a little differently.
Do you like a bear claw too?
That wasn't that Ella's answer, bear claw?
Yeah.
Someone said bear claw
Of course
yesterday.
it was. Yeah.
All right. Is it time? Do we have music? How do we do this?
I don't
So
know.
early in the season. It's time for Ben's sexy Saturday Stinkfist college football lineup. Best games of the day. If you just want to plant yourself in front of the television from 9 a.m. until midnight, here's the best way to go about it. Starting 9 a.m. tomorrow with number 12, Clemson at Georgia Tech.
Still got it, Paulie.
I wasn't ready for that.
I wasn't ready either.
I forgot we asked him to do that.
You asked me to do it.
And that one
This
took me
is
by
big
surprise.
because a second loss for Clemson could end any of their at-large playoff hopes early in the season.
Yeah.
You know, they're number 12 on the season, already lost once. They do it again. You don't have that strong of a schedule in the ACC to build it back up, so you'd have to win your conference to get into the playoffs possibly. So that's a big game, and they're only favored by 2.5 on the road, so that's a pretty good one. In the morning on I forgot to write the network on that.
It is
one.
on ESPN.
ESPN in the morning. Then at 12:30, number 6, Georgia at number 15, Tennessee.
God, he's good at that.
That's the 12:30 game. Two of the many 2-0 teams in the SEC. In fact, 12 teams are still undefeated in the SEC through 2 weeks, but these are two of the better ones. Number 6, Georgia. Number 15, Tennessee. I've got Georgia as a slight favorite. What do you have on the line?
I got in that game, Georgia and Tennessee. I have Georgia at 3.5.
3.5 point favorite on the road.
Good one.
In Tennessee.
In Knoxville.
Then your game, 4:30.
I'm a
The
wreck.
big one in the afternoon on NBC. Number 16, Texas A&M at number 8, Notre Dame.
Wow.
That's a tough one.
That was
I had to
very
kind of split
tough.
it up a little bit.
How'd you do that? Texas.
Number 16, Texas A&M at number 8, Notre Dame.
Wow. That's amazing.
Doesn't really flow as well.
No.
This is actually
I'm a wreck.
well, this is actually right now. Now things can change. This is the last ranked opponent on Notre Dame's schedule.
Yeah.
All season long. And they already lost the first one at Miami.
Yeah.
If they lose both their games against ranked opponents, very tough to play your way back into the college football playoff at the end of the season.
You're absolutely toast.
Just not a lot of opportunities the rest of the way. So,
I'm looking at their schedule. I didn't know they were the last.
right now, you look at it.
Right now,
no one else is ranked.
Purdue, Arkansas, Boise State. They lost.
Boise State was in the top 25, but they lost. They fell out.
USC, NC State, Boston College, Navy, Syracuse, Pittsburgh, and Stanford. Huh?
There's really no marquee wins in there.
No, you need
unless
to win
someone
this one.
gets much better than we thought.
Right.
There's no marquee wins. This is your last big chance.
It's
if you-
weird too
if you're
because
Notre Dame.
they don't play like the Bethel Cookman. You know what I mean? Like they don't play the really
No, they don't,
awful.
yeah, they don't play the absolute
like those are name they're name opponents,
patsy opponents,
right? But they're not. They're just kind of
all
middling,
kind of mediocre.
Yeah,
this year.
mediocre. Interesting.
And that's not necessarily their fault because you schedule years in
Yeah.
advance. I mean, maybe Pitt
USC
was going to be good or
right.
USC was going to be
Boise
really good.
State,
There's-
Arkansas.
right now, not really
good.
shaping up to be that good this year.
All right, you got
that's-
to win this game.
That's big. And then if you really are a diehard, not a lot going on tomorrow night, but at 7:30, you can go with Minnesota at Cal at 7:30 ESPN.
Nice.
I don't know why you'd really, other than it's San Diego State's next opponent. Cal has obliterated their first two opponents, looking for a 3-0 start against a tougher foe, but they're at home at Minnesota. If they're 3-0, coming into San Diego State, Snapdragon Stadium next week, probably the best opponent on the Aztec schedule all year. And they're coming off their loss at Washington State with the bye week this week. So they'll take on Cal next Saturday at the Snap.
Cal has a star quarterback. I cannot pronounce his name, so I'm not even going to try it. But he is a superstar.
He's been
in
really
the
good
making.
first couple of weeks for sure.
Yep, should be a good one.
Yeah, it's hard to tell judging by the level of competition so far. But
As the Aztecs play this weekend,
they're off. They have a bye this
Got a bye.
weekend.
Okay.
So
There you go. I love the stink fist.
Yep.
Yeah, not a ton of matchups, but some should be some decent games.
All right. Speaking of matchups, we'll take a look at tonight's Padres matchup, game 2 of their series against the Colorado Rockies, and they're taking a chance with their starting pitching. That'll come up next year with Mena Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, Woods and I want to remind you, it is wildfire season. Extreme heat, dry vegetation, changing weather conditions, all contributing to the threat of wildfires. And sometimes when those conditions arise to the point of being unsafe, SDG&E may need to call for a public safety power shutoff when they temporarily shut off power in certain areas to prevent wildfires.
Yeah, not something they absolutely love doing, but they do it for your safety and to make sure that, well, you don't die in a fire. You can stay prepared by having an emergency kit ready, a plan, and making sure SDG&E has your most up-to-date contact information should they need to contact you in case of an emergency. You can sign up for notifications at sdgne.com/notify, or just simply download the Alerts by SDG&E app. Being prepared during an emergency is everyone's responsibility.
I love that they have a process. It's not, hey, guy wakes up at SDG one day and says,
let's shut it off.
It's kind of hot. Let's turn off the power.
Right.
They forecast like 10 days out with a team of meteorologists. They refine their forecasts. As it gets closer, they'll start warning you. And then eventually you'll get the information when the power is coming off and then when it's going back on as well. But you do have to sign up for the Alerts by SDG&E app. Put your notification notice in at sdgne.com/notify.
Okay, player. This is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort. Now open.
Saw a couple of stories this week about managers in baseball, specifically in the NL East. One, David Stearns, the president of baseball operations for the Mets, has said that Carlos Mendoza is going to be back. Well, his team is nosediving. He said a couple of weeks ago he's definitely back next year. Does that change if the Mets end up missing the playoffs? I don't know. Also saw Brian Snitker talking about maybe retiring, but also not wanting to retire on such a down note for the Arizona or the Atlanta Braves this year with such a tough season that they've had, and maybe wanting to come back and make things right next year. They've already been who's been fired? Let's see. Rockies fired their manager. Nationals fired their manager.
The
Orioles fired their manager. So obviously you'll either probably have interims replaced or promoted at the end of the season. Other than that, Ron Washington says he's coming back next year after his health issues this year for the Angels. Are there any teams where you're expecting that person's gone? I mean, I think the biggest candidates would be like Ollie Marmol, who got an extension with the Cardinals.
Derek Shelton got fired as well.
Derek Shelton also got fired for the Pirates earlier in the season. Those are pretty much all the bad teams. White Sox still have Will Venable. They're bad, but I mean,
aren't they better than last year?
I think they're getting better. Rocco Baldelli's had a bad season with the Twins.
He's one of those guys where I've seen interviews with him before, liked him as a player always, and I've seen interviews with him before, Benny, and I go, I like that dude. I like that guy. I'm not a Twins fan. I don't know. I'm sure they have the exact same complaints that every team has. He doesn't know how to manage a bullpen. Guys can't stay healthy. He messes with the lineup too much or not enough. I'm sure it's the same everywhere.
The Rays have had a weird season. They are not going to make the playoffs. They're 72-74. They have a plus 51 run differential, which is like about the same as the Padres are plus 54, and they're 13 games above 500. So they haven't gotten the most out of things. I mean, Kevin Cash has consistent gotten more out of less than most managers. I would assume he's given punt one bad year, is not a reason to change.
Yeah,
but at some point you always feel like, how long is the same voice the right voice as a manager?
But also, I'll tell you what, I think with Kevin Cash, Benny, if he was let go by the Rays, I think there would be 25 teams in 20 to 25 teams in baseball that would at least meet and go, hey, should we make a switch? Like, give him actually more than $17 to play with and see what this guy's capable of? Or is he one of those guys where that was the fit for him? Like, look, people say that about Bob Melvin, right? That's kind of been.
He also got at least a 1-year extension earlier this year.
But they say that the thing about Bob Melvin was, look what he did with so little in Oakland. Well, then he got here and he had everything, and then had two generational collapses. One was not under him, right?
No, first one was under Jason Tingler.
That's right.
And then they hired him, and he went to the NLCS.
And then
he had a horrible 2023.
And then now he's with the Giants, and they have money. They have some players, but they're now one of the hottest teams in baseball at the end of the year. Aggressive GM. So it's interesting. I do feel like with Kevin Cash, if you're the New York Yankees, right, and Kevin Cash is available, you're like, done. It's done. Taking him right away.
Torey Lovello,
love him.
A really disappointing season. We think he's great.
I love him.
You can't be shocked if the Arizona Diamondbacks.
I'd be shocked.
I'd certainly think it was the wrong decision.
I would too. The guy was in the World Series.
Managers fired for less than that.
Yep.
But bad, disappointing season. Clayton McCullough, first year, probably happy with the progress the Marlins have made.
I think so too. I think their future's bright.
I think when the season's over, we may not have a Black Monday this year. I know the way I'm looking at it, other than the teams that are already moving on that have interim managers, I don't know that you're going to have a bunch of pink slips handed out the final day of the season or the day after the season this year.
Anything can happen, certainly. But you also have to have somebody, and you think about some of the candidates that are out there still. Skip Schumacher still remains, a guy that probably, I haven't talked to him in a while, probably wants to manage, but I think he's a bit hamstrung in that he wants to be, around Southern California. So that's only 3 teams that you could choose from, essentially. And I believe all 3 are set with their managers.
Jimmy in the chat asked, could you see Bud Black managing again? I don't know, but we'll ask him. We've actually reached out to Buddy, and he said he'd be amenable to maybe even coming in studio one of these days in the next couple of weeks. So we'll check with his schedule and have him in and chat with the former Rockies and Padres manager and longtime San Diego Stater about what his future may entail. Paulie thinks he may be doing some commentary, broadcasting work in the playoffs.
I talked to him
maybe?
a couple weeks ago. He said he might have some work around the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I would imagine that's like
now you don't
MLB
know that
Network.
you don't know. It could be yard work. It could be he's reshingling his home. You don't know what kind. He just said, "I've got some work around the playoffs." He could be putting in a new.
He's gotten his golf game in shape.
I
the
bet
last,
it is.
Couple of months.
I bet it's.
He was already a good golfer.
Joe Lester says, "Man, you guys love Skip. What is not to love? There is not one thing about Skip Schumacher that you shouldn't love. Manager of the year, right? Played the game. He's played hard nosed, handsome,
World Series champion, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
oh yeah,
and huge tier 1.
Yeah, it's great, huge tier 1. Of course, we love him.
You all should love him in the chat. He's one of you.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Guy's a G.
Yeah, we love him. All right, let's check traffic, and then we'll look at tonight's matchup for your San Diego Padres coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
The roads are winding down pretty nicely all around the county, guys. We just have reports of some debris in middle lanes on westbound 8 just before Mission Center Road. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
I know ERA doesn't work this way, but it's just a sign of the kind of season that the Colorado Rockies have had. If you add the 4 ERAs of the starting pitchers for this series, you get a number over 30 for the Rockies, for a team that has yet to score a single run at Petco Park in 4 games this year. They threw the stat up on the broadcast as well of like most losses in a season in Rockies history. They've already set that number. They're at 107 losses now. The other 2 highest loss seasons were the last 2 years, 2023, 2024, the only 3 times they've lost over 100 games. That's 3 straight years, 100-plus losses, and actually going further in the wrong direction this year. Now, they pointed out, the last team that lost 100 games in 3 straight years?
Saw that, the Astros.
The Astros, who then immediately turned things around and became a contender and then a 2-time World Series champion.
The Astros do not play in Coors Field. So they drafted really well. They tanked 100% on purpose. They just threw in, we're going to get some young guys, some looks. They don't play in Coors Field. They still haven't solved the mystery of who do we draft? How do we draft? How do we develop, at this level pitching? And, we've asked, Saris the question before, and his kind of idea was, look, in my opinion, what you do in Colorado is you just go out and you get 9 of the biggest, baddest sluggers that you can possibly get. You draft them, you develop them, and you literally try to club teams to death. That's what you do.
How many teams have really made that Houston Astros strategy work?
I know.
Get really, really bad.
Yep.
Draft a lot and then go for it and get really, really good. It might just be the Astros. I mean, the Washington Nationals won a World Series. Can't take that away from them, but they didn't have the sustained success that the Astros have put together.
The Baltimore Orioles were the team, the model of the team that everybody was going to follow because they won 100 games.
And it looked like they were heading that direction, and now this season
off
happened.
the cliff.
Honestly, there's some parallels. Now, the San Diego Padres never went fully 100 loss in the tank for multiple years. Now, the first few years of AJ's tenure as general manager, they lost 90. They were, last place. They weren't historically rotten and bad, but they were bad. And now they have become consistently good, but they haven't won a championship.
Right.
So you can't compare yourself with the Houston Astros because you haven't gotten to the top of the heap. But in many ways, it was the same model. It's like, we're going to be bad 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. And then we're going to use all those draft picks to try to, in the Padres case, trade them all the way to get players so we can be good over a long period. And now they've done it. From 2020 to 2025, this should be the 4th year they've made the playoffs out of those 6 seasons. The 2 years they didn't, they were in playoff position in 2021, late in the season before they collapsed. And 2023, they obviously had the talent to make the playoffs. We were just talking about it. Whatever went wrong that season. But, 6 years of constant competition, constant being in it for San Diego Padres fans is something that has never happened in franchise history.
Yeah, they're a player every single year with a chance to win the World Series now. So, obviously it's really, really hard to do, and a lot of things got to click into place and go your way. But, it starts really, Ben, tonight. It starts with beating the Colorado Rockies. JP Sears has been called up to take this start tonight, give everybody a little bit extra rest. His performance so far in a Padres uniform has not been the best. And again, the guy that AJ Preller earmarked as a guy he wanted from that organization for whatever reason that he saw, his scout saw. I mean, you have to give him the benefit of the doubt right now. It's only been a few starts for JP Sears.
He needs to do what Randy Vasquez did last night.
Yeah.
And attack the zone. I don't think he'll have maybe the same effectiveness that Randy Vasquez did last night. That was a rare performance, but attack the zone against 8 of the 9 guys. Be careful with Hunter Goodman, but attack the zone everywhere else. No walks, nothing free. Make the Rockies earn their way onto the scoreboard when they finally get there against the Padres.
But again, it's one of those games where I look at it and I look at last night and I go, 2 runs isn't going to cut it. It's just not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it against this pitching staff. It's not going to cut it against this defense. It's not going to cut it. They have to score runs. They got to pick up their starter one time tonight in JP Sears, because I think you go into it knowing, there's a potential for 4 to 5 runs given up in 4 1/3 or 5 innings. So you're going to have to do your job tonight as an offense.
So if it makes any difference, Tanner Gordon, the pitcher for the Rockies, when he faced the Padres, that was the game Manny Machado homered off of him in the first inning. So I'm not taking Manny out tonight.
No,
this is the guy that he actually had some recent success against. Give him another shot in the lineup today. Jackson Merrill homered off of him in the second inning of that game, and Gavin Sheets homered off him in the 4th inning of that game. So all those guys definitely critically in the lineup tonight for your San Diego Padres.
Yeah, no doubt. And I do wonder, will we see another crony at short, Arise at second, O'Hearn at first? I like that lineup. I think it's good. Sheets in left, and Maryland center and all that. Let's get all of those guys back in the lineup. It's your best chance at scoring, a bunch of runs, unless somebody, has to have a day off or whatever, which I don't necessarily think is the case right now as you're gunning for a division. But I don't run that team.
What was interesting is that the Rockies don't have a great bullpen, but even in the loss yesterday, they used their 3 best relievers in Hill, Herget, and Vodnik. Not that they're not available. 23 pitches for Hill, Herget through 17 and Vodnik through 18. Don't know how much availability you are now into the the back weekend of the Rockies bullpen, as soon as you can get Tanner Gordon out of the game, seems like a really good opportunity to score some runs. Again, we've said that before.
Nasty, dude.
Yeah,
he's freaking nasty.
Herget's really nasty
Herget's
too.
nasty too.
But they're willing in a close game, like, hey, we may never get a lead, so we're only within 2. Let's throw our high leverage guys and see if we can keep it close.
And they did.
But that could be an advantage for the Padres going forward. They already got through those guys. How many more times can you go to them in a 4-game series? Especially, Padres will have an opportunity, hopefully, against some other guys that aren't quite as strong in their bullpen tonight.
Man, I'd love to come in Monday talking about a mop, but 3 of 4 is an absolute must. It is a must. Anything less is a failure against the Colorado Rockies. A 2-2 split, is not what you want. You just can't have it as you're gunning for this division. You're gunning for a bye. You're gunning for all those things, as AJ Preller reinforced to us earlier, where we set a goal of making the division or winning the division, and it's right there. It's right there. Go Giants.
Yeah, cheering for Justin Verlander tonight against Yoshinobu Yamamoto in game 1 of that series.
Tough draw, but yes.
Yeah. That's in San Francisco.
Yamamoto 1 out away from a no-hitter last game.
Yep.
You know how that ended last Friday or Saturday?
I do think, Verlander has not been good this season. He's been better in the last month or so, and certainly it's a big game. He knows this is a huge game. Everybody's eyes. I would assume you'll get your best version of.
In LA?
No, San Francisco.
It's in San Francisco.
In San Francisco.
Beautiful.
So,
all right.
That's the other game of a special note tonight to keep your eye on. But we'll be here for the Padres game at 6:40. Sammy Levitt with your Eco Water SoCal pregame show at 5:40 tonight here on 97.3 The Fan. That will do it for us. Want to wish our executive producer, Paulie Reindl, a very happy 35th birthday over the weekend.
Thank you very much, guys. The gifts were awesome.
Happy birthday,
Thank
buddy.
you to everybody in the chat.
We love you.
Appreciate you guys. See you on Monday.
Braden coming up next for Woods and Paul. I'm Ben. Have a great Friday and weekend from all of us here at San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.